My name is James Rowlands, and I am a lifelong wrestling fan. In 2015, I started a podcast with my friend, Dan White, reviewing the WWE Network and seeing if it's worth the $9.99 a month. It was. And since then, every month we watch the latest WWE pay-per-views, NXT, and now 205 Live. Still continuing our journey through the network, watching ECW, WCW, and all its classic content. Until we've watched it all, we are with you, and we are the WNR. Yes, hello, I am James Rowlands, and as always, I'm joined by...
Damn right.
And it is the WNR128 today, or episode 128, and it's WWE TLC 2017. Dan, are you looking forward to the event?
I am indeed, yeah. You know, there's a few good matches. I think even despite the changes, there are improvement on the card. You know, I'm not sure about the main event. It would have been good to see the Shield, but we'll see what angle Kurt brings to it.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, especially the dream match of Finn Balor going against AJ Styles as well.
Yeah. Oh, well, I think
most... Of course, sorry to interrupt, Asuka's debut.
Oscar debut, yeah. I am wearing the Oscar t-shirt, I should say, starting off. But we should say, because I always get sidetracked when I do kick off, yes, card subject to change for TLC. One good thing with AJ Styles versus Finn Balor we're going to get, it's going to be great. You know, I've no doubt in my mind. Kurt Angle and the Shield, it's going to be interesting. I never thought I'd be upset not to see Roman Reigns and to see Kurt Angle.
Indeed, yeah, but, you know, I think the thing we're lacking is the build-up.
Yeah, this is the thing. I mean, we're going to ask this question, I think, throughout the night and even later date about storylines. Are storylines dead? Do we need them? We'll keep a track on that. But anyway, we should say every month on the WNR podcast, we have, or every year, we have our prediction leagues. We've got 3 prediction leagues, Dan, haven't we? Why don't you tell the people who never listened before what they are?
We've got bonus predictions, which is, well, you know, they kind of figure into the year-end predictions, or bonus predictions like tournaments, like Mae Young Classic, you know, and we get points for them. We've got an NXT points league, which is obviously for the Big 4 NXT pay-per-views, and we've also got a WWE pay-per-view, which James is currently winning. Yes,
I'm winning 11-6 on pay-per-view predictions right now, so it looks like I will be winning the pay-per-view predictions at the end of the year. But like I say, we still have the bonus point one, and of course NXT, which I think might prove the difference with that. But anyway, let's open up predictions. We have got the instilled envelopes, of course, so we can't doctor and or change any of the results here. Let me just open them, and we should say that we started kickoff with Renee Young, Peter Rosenberg, and David Utunga. And we see The Miz being interviewed backstage, and he said it's 5 versus 3. How can they have the disadvantage? What else do we see on kickoff, Dan?
We've got a GPD musical performance confirmed by Angle, and Jason Jordan doesn't seem too happy about it.
No, Emma was interviewed, and she seems confident, even though she has to go against it.
Yes, well, I don't know why she's going against the Empress of Tomorrow tonight.
She is so confident, you're right. And then we see Drew Gulak, and he invaded the panel. His PowerPoint presentation had been cancelled.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, I mean, he was understandably upset about it.
Yes, well, he said, I am sick and tired of being silenced. They cut me for time. Well, at least he's taking it well.
Yeah, he seems fine. We saw AJ being interviewed, and he says a demon has never been beaten, and he's glad to be the first one to defeat him.
Well, you know, that'd be interesting to see if that comes true or not. But Mickie James is in the social media lounge, and she says age is just a number. And tonight she becomes 7-time champ.
Yeah, will that be the number here tonight? And of course, our pre-show match to start all things off is a match I think everybody's been looking forward to. It's Sasha Banks versus Fox. We're a well-oiled machine here at the WNR podcast because it's me to go first. So Dan, if you would, ask me the question.
James, who have you gone for in Alicia Fox versus Sasha Banks?
I have gone for, start off, easy one, Sasha Banks.
I too have gone for the basher.
For the Banks, yeah. I mean, I think the build-up sums it up a little bit better than anything else because she's faced what, Alicia Fox twice on Raw the previous couple of weeks.
She has indeed, yes, and she's crazy like a fox.
Yeah, I mean, and she's beaten Fox twice. We saw Fox have a little bit of breakdown backstage at Raw, saying where her t-shirt is, and laying out Sasha Banks. And I think Banks is a star, you know.
Yeah.
And I think going against Alicia Fox, I think there can only be one winner. I think there really can. We'll see how we start off the show here. And you said to me as well, I think last week's the first pay-per-view that we've had 3 women's matches on.
It is indeed, yes. We've got the Women's Championship match. Alexa Bliss going against Mickie James. We've got Asuka going against Ember. And we've also got Alicia Fox and Sasha Banks. So.
Yeah. I think the SmackDown pay-per-views, for me, bring a little bit more excitement, you know?
You know, I think they've been varying. I think with both shows, they've had 3 good matches and 4 not so good. So, you know, they could have had 6 great matches if they was still kind of in cahoots with each other.
Yeah, cahoots, that's a great word for us. You know, Nakamura, Orton. Why did she go behind?
Because she's crazy.
She is crazy. Yeah, all our favourites are on SmackDown. It seems on Raw. I mean, we got a couple of favourites, don't get me wrong, but I think with SmackDown they edge it more because obviously Bobby Roode's entrance, Nakamura's entrance, you know, or
Randy Orton's entrance.
Exactly, Randy Orton being involved. Of course, Ty Dillinger, yeah, exactly, Nakamura. So they're all
Nakamura twice.
Did we say Nakamura? Sorry, that's how good he is. That's how good the entrance is. I mean, tonight we're going to get Balor as the Demon entrance
and AJ Styles.
And AJ Styles. Yeah, I think that match for me, I'm really, really looking forward to. First time ever have they wasted it. But let's not get carried away because we talk about Banks versus Fox, and in the early going, it looked like Banks was in control up until the ad break, and then for some strange reason, it seems Fox has got control back. It's almost like they planned it, Dan. You know?
Well, you know, it always happens during an ad break. Yeah. And when we come back to the action, we see Banks and Fox. The top, and Fox just throws Banks to the outside, goes for a pin cover on the way for thin match outside, yeah. Which, you know, it's not a false count anywhere match, love, but hey ho.
Yeah, but like you said, crazy like a Fox, and fair play to her to be employed by the WWE for 10 years. Yes, that's correct. Alicia Fox has been around 10 years. I dare you to name me.
I've not noticed her for the past since the past 2 years, though.
Exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong. She does seem a bit crazy. Like, credit to her. She does seem a little bit out there, don't she? You know, so. What are they doing with Banks, and what would you do with her? Easy. I was going to ask that about Bliss.
I don't. At least they're giving her time. You know, which is more than they can say about Bayley.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, she's missing out again.
But you know, there's so many. I don't think they want to overshadow, obviously, the champion and of course Asuka now. It's going to be kind of like the most of the limelight is going to be on her. Yeah,
I mean, I think it's true. I mean, to make the Asuka character work as well in WWE, she needs to be undefeated in my mind for, you know, to kind of build that up.
And it's going to have to take someone incredible to beat her.
Yeah, and you can't, you know, no fucking. She's got to be champion now for when she does become champion for a long amount of time that she, you know, maybe not in NXT, but. What would be nice if she was women's champion? I know we're talking far into the future, but you know how they do the not the brand split. What's it called? You know when they
Superstar Shaker.
Yeah, like Superstar Shaker. Asuka goes over to SmackDown to forfeit the Raw's champion, so she's never defeated there either. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or so, there is ways of not fucking up Asuka, and it breathes new life into the women's division because no one.
Like, you know, you could have when Ember Moon eventually makes her main roster debut. You could say, like, you know, we had a few matches in the past. I'm set out to defeat you, yada, yada, yada. And she goes on and beats her eventually there.
What's really interesting about that is, like I say, it should happen because Emma tonight, they had the match at NXT TakeOver London a couple of years ago, which was a really good match. And, you know, you see them both for the main roster now. You would think that Ember Moon, people like Nikki Cross in NXT, I think even Peyton Royce and Billy Kay, and he said Liv Morgan, Billy Kay would be good on the main roster. But we're focusing on Fox and Banks, and Fox looks to be in control of the majority of this match. Banks gets it, but I think a harder match than I was expecting. What do you think of that, Dan?
Yeah, you know, Fox had pretty much all the offense throughout that match, and Banks, you know, she had a couple of moves, got in the Banks statement at the end, and won it.
I mean, it was as simple as that. You know, Sasha Banks gets the victory. What happens now? Does she look towards the women's title picture, of course, with Bliss, and then you got to factor in Asuka? I don't think it was a great match. I'm not going to be too harsh on these two. I think it was a lot of people still filling into the arena. After that, we both get the first point of the night, so we get a point on the board. So it is 1 point. It is 1-1. But what we're going to do now, of course, as we always do, that is the end of kickoff. And we move on to our main show, and let's have a look at the promo.
Every great story has a beginning, middle, and end. But tonight, this story gets a new chapter.
Huge news for WWE's TLC pay-per-view event. For the first time in 11 years, WWE Hall of Famer and current Raw General Manager Kurt Angle will compete in a WWE ring. Due to medical issues, Roman Reigns will be unable to compete in the 5-on-3 handicap match main event. But as revealed on WWE.com this past Friday, the Olympic gold medalist will take Roman's place.
Cause we're gonna be
Look, little girl,
I have broke down barriers for women in the WWE all before you were wearing a training bra. You are an old lady. I will make history when I defeat you. Grandma?
Now I'm gonna be running circles around you.
She is walking destruction. No one's ready. No one is ready for Asuka.
For the first time in 11 years, six-time world champion Kurt Angle joins forces with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins.
This will be a car wreck. This will be insane. Owens Crew. It's damn true.
Wow, what an interesting promo. Do you think they had something lined up there for the whole Shield reunion?
Well, you know, it's kind of been a bit of a cut and shut on that part. It was just showing highlights from Angle's career. I think it was just slapped together, really, but I think it might have been the same video they used for his Hall of Fame induction ceremony.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen
Possibly.
a lot of very similar videos for Kurt Angle, but he is back in action tonight after 11 years away. But so much else here in Minneapolis. I can't even say that place.
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yeah, we're here live. Believe in the Shield and Kurt Angle. I wonder what match is going to start us off.
Oscar's gonna kill you.
I'm glad I've got my T-shirt on here because it looks like we're starting off with another women's, and it's going to be Emma versus Asuka. Now, Dan, I have the difficult question of asking you, who have you gone for in this match?
Well, this was a very difficult one for me. And it's not on the fact of who was going to win. It's just going to how much Asuka was going to win by.
Yeah.
Of course, I've gone for
Asuka. Well, I thought maybe WWE might try something different here. And what a victory on her first... No, I can't. Asuka.
She goes from undefeated to unbeaten.
Yeah, she goes to Kurt Hawkins' partner. No, I have gone for the Empress of Tomorrow.
Do you know how confident I am?
What?
We've got 2 points each.
we don't know. We just don't know. But yeah, I've written kickoff for the first match and Asuka for the second match. Here we go. Let's turn it up.
of tomorrow, Asuka!
Well, she might be bringing a big trail out, but can she live a big trail of destruction?
James, it is a very awe-inspiring entrance, but you have to be there live, and you have to be front row.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine if you're front row right now, she's come to that corner, and you can just see her. I mean, the most dominant woman in NXT history has arrived in WWE on Raw. And I think the question is, like you say, with Asuka, is will they fuck it up? And this is a question you don't want to ask when a superstar arrives, but Asuka's so special. And the highest ranked woman of, I should say, nowadays, on the WNR125 we did for women. I mean, she was in the top 10, and no one got... I mean, Charlotte, I think, got 10, but no one else got close to Asuka. Yeah. She has impressed us so much. Dan, for anybody who's never seen Asuka before, why don't you explain a little bit about
her? She's basically the queen of strong style. She, don't have fool ya. She's the most vicious, wrestler going, not even female or male. She's, 500 and... something day streak.
Yeah, 523 day streak she had, yeah.
With the title, she's been undefeated. She's beaten Goldberg's undefeated record.
Yep.
Which, Goldberg's one may or may not have been fudged a bit.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, this is a genuine streak. And a couple of points you make there. We've said in the past, or I've said, that her strikes are one of the best in wrestling, man or woman, it doesn't matter. The way Asuka kicks, the way she throws the strikes is awe-inspiring. And anybody, in NXT, think, she just did NXT. That involved people like Sasha Banks there, Becky Lynch, leading the charge. People like Finn Balor, who's facing AJ Styles later. He was champ when Asuka was women's champion. Samoa Joe, Asuka was still there, being dominant in the division. So anybody who just thinks, we're not sure about her, literally buy shares in Asuka. You will not be disappointed. I mean, a difficult question for you, Dan. I mean, if we're going to talk about keys to victory, if Emma is to spring the biggest upset in WWE history, what does she have to do?
Cheat. If she wants to win, she has to cheat. There's no way she's going to beat Asuka toe to toe.
No, I don't. Emma is a great wrestler. She's not really had a chance on Raw. Emma, who kicked Asuka off the apron and Asuka seemed to hurt herself, is now trying to control the Empress of Tomorrow. Can she get it down? This might be it. No. But still, they had a good reaction for her entrance. We've had good build-up. We've seen the vignettes of Asuka and how dominant she's been. And this is just hopefully the payoff now against Emma.
She kicks Emma's legs out of her and she goes straight down to her arse.
Yeah, but Emma rolled up Asuka and caught her by surprise then.
Yeah, ripped her down to the mat by hair, goes for a cover again, but Asuka kicking out.
Well, we talked about cheating on Emma. Overconfidence on Asuka's part may be the only thing that might be her downfall. We saw it in later days of NXT, didn't we? Where she said she had nobody to challenge her, and she kind of, I would say, took it easy. I should also say that she broke a collarbone in her last match and still finished and won the match as well. I mean,
Indeed, yes. And if you go back and listen to that one, you'll hear my experiences on breaking my collarbone and how I couldn't even drive over a speed bump, let alone finish a wrestling match.
But maybe Emma knows that and she's targeting that area. She's put Asuka in a tree of woe.
And she's just pulling her hair. And, she's got Asuka in all sorts of trouble.
And we don't usually see Asuka like this. Of course, this is maybe, a lot of people's first time of seeing Asuka, but she's not usually being beaten up like this. As Emma's going to run towards her.
Oh, flying crossbody in the corner as Asuka was in a seated position, goes for another cover.
Oh.
But the offense has been all Emma. The way that they've built Asuka up, she should be going Braun Strowman for them all, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying 30 seconds, but you would expect her to be, over in 5 minutes in quite dominating fashion. I mean, it might turn that way, but Emma's getting in, I would say, 10 more strikes than I thought she would. Asuka gets out of it, but Emma just with a strike to Asuka.
And that fires Asuka up. And she starts screaming in Emma's face.
Oh.
And they go nose to nose. Asuka with the shove, ducks Emma's clothesline attempt, rolls through, rolls Emma up. 2. But Emma with a kick out.
And
Asuka keeping her finger on the post, bouncing off the ropes and just taking Emma out.
You know, both women down at the moment, trying to get their breath to get into the match, and Emma has stopped momentum early days, and that should be credit to her. You know, a lot of hype about Asuka, and Emma at the moment is on the level, goes to strike Asuka. Asuka dodges out of the way.
Oh, and a flurry of offense with her kicks, and then she just stamps on Emma's fingers, targeting multiple body parts. Jumps away up to the drop kick off of it.
Well, this is a fury of Asuka. It doesn't matter what body part. You talk about targeting. She doesn't need to. The kicks will take the legs out. The punches will take the, look at the kicks and the to the face right at the moment.
She's holding Emma's hand, and Emma's just draping there as Asuka's pulling her up by her arm and kicking her in the head.
Referee might need to check this.
Working over the arm for, of course, the Asuka lock.
A forearm, and of course the Emma lock as well. So it's namesake locks versus. I think the Asuka lock though is a bit more dangerous than the Emma lock. But Emma thought she had it there. You know, Emma just rubbing Asuka's face into the mat, and Emma trying to roll out the way. Don't get me wrong, Asuka could beat you in so many ways, different submission holds. She might get beaten like this. Emma's struggling a little bit.
Oh, and as the legs trap, Asuka's got around her waist. German suplex.
Well, Emma rolls to the outside to try and get out of the way of Asuka's offense, which hasn't been a lot in this match, but Asuka seems determined to start with a victory. Going on the apron again, where she got caught earlier by Emma.
Oh, and Emma just throws Asuka off the apron to them mats.
I mean, those mats, you've told me many a time, but how thin are they, you know?
Barely millimeters thick.
And that's what Asuka just landed on. You heard the splat.
What's that, my love?
Yeah, the splat from here. And Emma throws Asuka in. Oh!
Big kick to the head from Asuka, though.
Walked right into it, and now...
Asuka locked in.
And she got it all in. Oh, yep.
No,
the great
drags her to the mat. Legs wrapped round.
There we go. No chance.
Good night, Emma.
Well, there you go. Asuka gets the victory. The fans seem to enjoy it, but I don't think it should have been as competitive as that. I think Emma got too many strikes, and I think Asuka, like we said, 5-minute kind of job. I mean, with Asuka there, you wouldn't say she's dominant. You just say
no. I could imagine that in a match against someone with a bit more reputation than Emma. You know, i.e., Banks, Charlotte, Bliss. You know, someone with a bit of something about them. But
yeah,
you know, Emma. Who's Emma?
Well, exactly. Especially the first night on Raw. You know, and to have to put up that much of a fight. I don't know if WWE's saying like, "Oh, this is what everybody wants," but I think if you're trying to build Asuka up. She kind of, you know, I'm not going to say out of nowhere, but the finish did kind of come out of nowhere because she was in the middle of the ring. Emma was on the outside dominating, came back in, got caught with a kick, Asuka lock, that was it. So you could argue maybe, you know, Asuka caught out Emma rather than just beating her. But it is good to see Asuka, and I'm not going to be too downhearted because we both get another point. So it's 2-2 as you head into the next one. And what did you think of Asuka's debut?
Again, you know, she didn't look as strong as she has done in NXT. I mean, she's been going against some great competition. Nikki Cross, Ember Moon, Ruby Riott, you know, and she was more dominating against them than she was against Emma, who's a bit of a nobody, really.
Yeah, but we will move on and hopefully, like you say, things can only get better. But 2 women's matches to get left, which is, of course, Dan's favourite coming up later on in the show. Let's hope this card can... get into things, but it's good Asuka's here, and we see the Bar with the Miz backstage, and they seem ever so confident. Think of their chances here tonight.
Slim to none. But, they have got a Monster Monmeng, and they've got a new reformed Kane as well. So,
yeah. Well, speaking of which, the Monster has just shown up and said he doesn't need to be told what to do with the Miz and the Bar. He'll do his own thing.
Just stay out of my way.
But yeah, I mean, do they have more of a chance than Emma does? Or Emma did?
Yeah, again, you know, with the numbers game, it should go in their favour. Kurt Angle, maybe he's got a bit of ring rust.
Exactly. Maybe they can, what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe they can target Angle, and he could be, maybe he's a weak link for the team. Oh, I pressed the wrong button.
But then, like, you know, you have Braun Strowman taking out Angle, and then you've got effectively 2-on-1.
Yeah.
So, you know, the Bar can team up and take out Ambrose. Miz and Kane can team up and take out Rollins.
Well, Kane has just showed up backstage, and he looks like he means business here tonight. And like I said, these 5 very impressive men, but going against Ambrose, Rollins and Angle, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult.
Most definitely, yeah.
Do the 2 things that everybody likes. The fists together, and it's true. And only the Miz could be that annoying.
Yay!
Oh,
a performance from the GP. Listen to him. What
do you want to listen to him for?
No,
lisping.
Lisp.
Sorry.
My name's Phil Fenton.
Side. Oh, yes, that's his. Well, the GPD is out here.
I'll tell you what, the response he gets is quite, and then he insults the town with his first line and, he gets a big boo.
Are you becoming a little bit of a fan of GPD?
I'm not becoming a fan, no, I just think it's quite comical.
Well, what is not comical is what Jason has just done. And that's come out here with a shopping trolley and thrown fruit all over the GPD. I don't know what it's about. I don't want to focus on it. Can we please move on? Kurt Angle said... Actually, I'll say that and I'm going to talk about it. Kurt Angle said that GPD could have a musical performance later. And then Jason Jordan's just done that and interrupted it.
Well, James, it's my first W, and I'm looking very much forward to it.
Well, Nigel McGuinness and Vic Joseph here, Corey Graves' little brother, and that means we're going to have a cruiserweight match now. And it is the tag team. It's Kendrick and Jack Gallagher versus Rich Swann and Cedric Alexander. And even though they're a tag team, they're not coming out together, Kendrick and Gallagher. I don't know if they had a word backstage and were like, no, we're going to come out separate. Well, a man with a plan here. Who has the brightest future of these 4 men? Now, either personally or what you think is going to happen in WWE, which of these 4 men have got brightest future?
It's got to be the gentleman, Jack Gallagher.
Do you think he can still be saved? I mean, I've not been a fan of the Hill Gallagher recently.
No, he's changing up. He's keeping him relevant, and especially the way he did change as well as he came down, pointing the umbrella at Brian Kendrick and then attacked Alexander.
Because we see what happened, the beat down on Cedric Alexander. Will Jack Gallagher become?
I think he definitely has a potential, yeah.
No, you didn't. Yes or no? Will he become?
Yes.
Yes. All right, there we go. I'm not sure. I think out of everybody there, I think Rich Swann, for me, has got the most potential because he's so likeable. And I think Jack's got that as well, his babyface kind of role. But I think there's something about Rich Swann when he comes out, and it does put a smile on my face. Plus, he's excellent in the ring. I think Cedric Alexander is probably the hottest prospect out of the 4, just because of the way we've seen him be booked as of late, and he's coming out here. Don't like his ring attire, but it can always change. Prediction-wise, Dan, I'll tell you what I've gone for. Now, I used my head over my heart in this one, because I thought, well, Gallagher and Kendrick need the victory because they're a new formed heel team. But WWE never usually does it that way. So that's why I've gone for Alexander and Cedric.
That's very forward-thinking. Again, I wasn't sure this is a match that could go either way, and would it hurt or would anyone gain anything from it if it did go either way?
Well, that's the thing. It wouldn't really matter, would it? I think it matters more for a Jack and Brian victory because they've become heels together, But like I say, with WWE's way of thinking, anything could happen. But who have you gone for, then?
Well, anyway, I have gone for Brack Goldrick.
Is that the name you come up? So Brian, Jack, Kendrick Gallagher. What's the name again?
Brack Goldrick.
Brack Gold. I think he was in Hufflepuff in Harry Potter. Because how good Cedric's been as of late. Who's going to be Cruiserweight champion in the future?
Any one of these 4 guys, as long as it's not Enzo fucking Amore.
I think that's swayed my decision a little bit as well. I honestly think it has, because I thought, well, if Enzo does become champion here tonight, then he's going to need a babyface challenger, and that could be Alexander, because Alexander could say, look, you sneaked a couple of victories over me on 205 Live. But I want Jack and Brian to win, because I think Jack needs all the help he can. And at the moment, they've taken all the fun away from him, and I'm just like, I'm a little bit panicked. But Rich Swann, starting with the chops in the early going. Oh.
As he gets thrown headfirst into the second turnbuckle, and Kendrick tags in Jack Gallagher.
Well, Brian is showing all the kind of veteran now, throwing him into the corner, and he's going to be in Jack's head, and we've spoken about it with Cesaro not going with the lessons learned by Kendrick. Jack is just soaping all this up. Brian Kendrick has been there and done that, hasn't he? In his
he has indeed. Yeah. He's had quite a long, illustrious career in wrestling. He's probably the oldest one of these four, or definitely the oldest one of these four, I'd say.
But Rich Swann there, started with a drop kicks, tags in Cedric.
Oh, lovely blind tag by Alexander, and then Kendrick makes his own blind tag in.
Oh.
But he gets taken out by Alexander.
And Cedric with a drop kick, sending Brian to the outside, nips up as well.
Which way is he going to go?
And Cedric going to go flying.
Oh, he looked to take Kendrick out, but he got tripped by Gallagher, and then Swann comes out, and Swann dives on Gallagher, taking him out.
And now Kendrick running towards Swann.
Oh, he gets low bridged. Alexander's going to go flying. Is he going to take both of them out?
No, Brian Jack. Oh.
Takes them both out and lands on his feet.
Well, that was great athleticism by Cedric Alexander there, being able to land on his feet after that high-flying move. It's a thing of beauty, and Cedric and Swann got the matching trunks as well. They could become a tag team. I'm not saying, they might be. The Cruiserweight tag team division, we've spoken about it. Would it be a good thing? I think it would, especially if these were for tag team titles. Extra something special to it, wouldn't it?
Oh, most definitely, yeah. Do you reckon it's our confusion of the two that's put them together?
I think it might have done. I think it's confusion of everybody, especially when Rich like, oh, which one is it again? Not in that way. It's the way WWE have kind of have used them. But it was a lovely tilt-a-whirl backbreaker by Cedric there.
Oh, he looks set to climb up to the top rope to take out Kendrick, but Gallagher with the interference, allowing Kendrick enough time to get up and drag Swann off the second ropes.
Yeah, Swann came down hard there on the canvas, and Kendrick making sure Rich couldn't go anywhere, tags in Jack.
That's a stereotypical Brit for you.
Exactly. I'm surprised he doesn't come out in a bowler hat, throwing tea at everybody, but give it time.
With a big Winston Churchill.
Yeah. Well, he used to do that as a face anyway, didn't he? So, bring back Rainbow Jack. I know this, it's still early in his WWE career. Let's hope. There's still hope. We talked about Asuka earlier. I don't want to be too downhearted on this page. We know WWE's track record. Jack tags in Brian now.
So who do you reckon's working better as a well-oiled machine? Do you reckon Kendrick and Gallagher, or Swann and Alexander?
I think it's definitely Swann and Alexander. What we've seen of them, they're kind of high-flying moves together as well. If you were watching this and you didn't know anything about 205 Live, you would say Cedric and Swann are the proper tag team, and Kendrick and Jack have been thrown together, because that's what it looks like at the moment.
Yeah.
Rich Swann in the wrong part of town. Rich Swann getting worn down now by Brian. Started off with the faces in control. I was a little bit worried, but now the heels slowly taking over.
A hot tag in for Alexander soon.
Yeah. I think when he does come in, it will be hot and... Oh,
but Gallagher's enticing Alexander to come in.
Taunting Cedric, but he's... Don't take your eyes off Rich Swann, former Cruiserweight champion. Two of these guys in here have been Cruiserweight champion before.
I think Kendrick had him... in control.
Oh, right. Behind the referee's back. That's probably why Jack did the distraction for so Brian could get a couple of shots in.
Indeed, yeah.
Now Jack's got hold of Rich Swann in the corner.
Oh, but Swann elbowing Jack off the apron and eliminating Kendrick from the Royal Rumble. Can he get the much-needed tag to his partner?
Jack trying to stop Rich from getting there, and he does. Grabs his trunks.
Goes to drop him over his shoulder, but Swann tags in Alexander, who takes out Gallagher. Is Jackie Boy the legal man?
I might have got a blind tag in, but I think referee's thinking Jack is the legal guy. Cedric just kicked Jack's head off.
But Gallagher with a kick out.
Lovely handspring kick there by Cedric. Trying to get the crowd on his side.
Shoulder barge. Followed up by a kick. And now Alexander's going to go flying with a springboard clothesline takedown.
Fucking hell. Do you think Jack...
Goes for a cover. 1, 2. But Kendrick pulling Alexander off.
I'd say no. Jack there turned midway through Cedric's move and he hurt himself. Rich run off the stairs. But
gets caught by Kendrick, who suplexes him onto them wafer thin mats. And he gets a tag in. Kendrick's a legal man. Throws Alexander back in the ring. Alexander with a roll up. 1, 2. But Kendrick managing to kick out. Boot to the face, followed up by a super kick from Kendrick. Gets him down. Captain's hook. Tap out, man. Tap out.
Middle of the ring. Nowhere to go. Brian Kendrick here is going to make Cedric. No, he rolls Cedric.
Alexander rolls him over.
Oh, did he get a shoulder up? Yeah.
He did. Kendrick turns it round.
Oh, but look at Rich Swann off the top. Oh! Beautiful Phoenix splash there on Kendrick. I'm really confused who the legal guy is now.
I think it's Kendrick and Alexander.
Well,
Jack Gallagher with a headbutt to the chest of Swann, taking him out.
One of the most vicious moves in the WWE, and now it's Kendrick and Cedric.
Lumbar check.
Oh! Hits a target, pulls Brian in.
1, 2, fuck you up the arse.
Cedric Alexander gets a victory. They don't care about heels. They don't care about normal stories, Dan. This is the WWE. Storylines are dead now. But that does mean that I do get the point. 3-2 up. Dan, what do you think of the match?
It was quite a good match. Very fast-paced. What each man has to achieve from this, you know, as you say, potentially a title shot in the not-too-distant future. But, again, you know, a very entertaining match.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff they do is brilliant, but I don't know when they will get more time, because it seems to be, like, if they're not on a kickoff show having a quick match, they're on here, and this has been the shortest match of the other two we've had, right? And you would think if they had a little bit longer to tell a proper story, it could have turned into a great match, but still, like I said, the high-flying action there, the Phoenix Splash and the lumbar check, I mean, it's a great move. But I am worried about Gentleman Jack. But Cedric and Rich Swann are victorious, and Jack is not happy. Has he made the right choice? Maybe he'll get rid of Brian. And Rich Swann and Cedric Alexander look like a proper tag team here tonight.
They do indeed, yes.
Oh, look, and The Rock said that it's great. Kurt Angle is back here tonight. I mean, it's good Dwayne Johnson is still a part of the WWE family. But up next, it is the Raw Women's Championship, and of course, it's Alexa Bliss, Dan, your favourite, versus Mickie James. Let's have a look at the promo.
The following contest is a fatal 5-way match for the Raw Women's Championship.
Boom! Oh, shoulder first. Bailey launched into Emma. Oh, and a DDT by Bliss. Here's the cover. Hooks the leg on Bailey. Isn't it up? Got her!
And still, the Raw Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss.
I don't know if you saw, but I just completely ran through the entire women's division.
It wasn't the entire division.
Who am I going to face next?
There's like Mickie James, and she's somebody you've got to consider a contender.
You know what? You're right. You know, Mickie has had an amazing career a long time ago. Bottom line is, nobody wants to see me defend my title against an old lady.
I don't need to prove anything to any of you because I cleaned out this entire women's division.
The way I see it is, you didn't beat me. What I want is for you to repeat what you said last night on Raw Talk, but I want you to do it to my face.
Mickie, you are an old lady.
Enough was enough. Mickie didn't want to hear anymore.
I'm Mickie James. I am a 6-time women's champion. I have broken bones, I have broken hearts, and I have broke down barriers for women in the WWE, all before you were wearing a training bra.
Based on your career history being a 6-time women's champion, you will have your championship match versus Alexa Bliss at TLC.
At TLC, I'm going to be running circles around you. There's only one Raw Women's Champion, the only true goddess, Alexa Bliss. That's why I'm holding the Raw Women's Championship, and I'll still be holding it after Sunday. Isn't it past your bedtime, Grandma?
So, yeah, that was the promo for Mickie James and Bliss, and it's been basically centred on, well, Mickie James's age, you know, and that's the interesting thing, because how can Mickie be too old when she's 38 years old and Kurt Angle's in the main event tonight is 48, so 10 years older, yet Kurt Angle's in his prime still, and so is Kane, who's like nearing 50, and Mickie James at 38. Why do you think that is for, Dan?
You know, there's not really much else, you know. Beforehand, they was bullying Mickie, calling her Piggy James, and I don't think you can kind of get away with anything like that nowadays. So, you know, the only thing to do is say you're old.
Yeah, just call them really old, yeah. Bliss said that she was a fan of Mickie James back in the day. She helped her get to the WWE. She's wearing mum jeans, and you can say she's definitely wearing some mum jeans here. Dreams here. She's dedicated this match to her son, but will she be successful going against Dan's woman, it may be, Alexa Bliss? So who have you gone for in this one?
After the impressive performance that Mickie James put against Nia Jax, she pretty much had her beat until Alexa Bliss interrupted. It's got me thinking, well, Mickie wins, but Bliss retains.
Mickie wins, but so you've done a Bliss retains though. You've done a retains. You brought retains into it.
No, I've not brought retains into it. I've put Mickie wins.
So
but Alexa cheats, like, you know, she pulls the referee.
Okay, so if that happens, you get the point, right? So if Mickie
wins, then I get the point.
Yeah, but if Bliss retains,
obviously not. No, I don't.
Apart
get the
from
point.
any other way, like
if Bliss wins, then I don't get the point. Obviously.
Yeah. No, I'm saying if Mickie James though, if the exact scenario is to play out, that's your point there, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Okay, there we go. Well, anyway, to even complicate the matters, I've just gone Bliss straight out. I gone Bliss because Bliss has got a date with Destiny in my eyes.
She's got a date with me.
She's not only a date with you, Dan, but also Asuka, and Asuka's gonna kill her. And it's only a matter of time, and Bliss needs to look strong heading into that one, whether it be in the December, Survivor Series it happens, or the December pay-per-view, or even the Royal Rumble. You would expect Asuka to win the title sooner rather than later. And I think Mickie James is at a stage in her career where, she should be putting over the younger talent as well,
So Mickie was just looking strong against Nia to look strong in this match.
Yeah, and trying to make everybody think maybe she's got a chance. And don't get us wrong, or don't get me, he was a 6-time women's champion, though, so if anybody get the job done, it's definitely Mickie James. But you're interested to see what happens and how it works out tonight. Well, what does Mickie James have to do then if she wants to win this one?
I think, she needs to use her age and experience. She's fought some brilliant competitors, women who've made it quite high on our list.
Yeah.
Hall of Famers, and, she just needs to use all her experience against the much younger Bliss and, just try and frustrate her.
Yeah. And she slaps her on her biscuit butt, as she said earlier. Bliss not happy about that. I think you're right. I think Mickie James most definitely beat Alexa Bliss. I think with Bliss, she's still not in her prime yet, if we talk about that. Still a lot of growing up and getting into... growing into her role. She's done ever so well from coming up from NXT. More credit than I'd given her. I didn't think she really... With her and Carmella coming up from NXT, I thought, out of all the women there, maybe that's not the best choice. I've been proved wrong, especially with Alexa Bliss. But I think that Mickie James definitely can get the job done.
Oh, but Mickey's certainly looking more the aggressor in the early goings in this match as she delivers a thunderous kick to the head of Bliss.
Her nose might be broken there by one of Mickie James's strikes. First championship that's been on the line here tonight. Will we see a new women's champion? Mickie James, elbow in the corner.
Will she get that illustrious 7th time?
Well, only Trish Stratus has got the 7 that I can think of. I mean, Mae Young did hold on for it for about 40 years, but...
Yeah.
Apples and oranges, really. And look at Bliss. I mean, why do you like Alexa Bliss so much? I mean, people might not know you like her so much, but why is that?
Only is she beautiful, but I don't know. She's got an aggressive side. I think she plays the heel part really well. Everything about her, she could be a bitch, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, and get away with it.
I think what's a credit to Bliss, and when she first started, if you go back to her NXT days, she was this kind of baby face where she was, all happy and smiley. That's why her finish was a sparkle splash, and she came out like that. Fans didn't really get on board, and to be able to change that character to make it work turn it more into Harley Quinn as well. That kind of thing she's got going on. I think it's worked really well for her, to be fair, and I think she's one of the standouts, especially the women this year. If we talk about Women of the Year, we're getting towards the end of the year now. I mean, Bliss has been title picture there or thereabouts for the majority of the year.
Well, she's the first ever Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion. An accolade that I thought that was going to go to Charlotte, which obviously didn't.
No, it's credit, like I say, credit to Bliss, as she's trying to wear Mickie James down. But I mean, people, Mickie James back in the day, she was crazy when she first joined as well. We talk about her early days, feuding with Trish Stratus at WrestleMania. We all know how that went.
Oh, yes.
So Mickie James has got a crazy side. I think Bliss does look at that and think, that's what I can do, because Mickie James, credit to her, I think it's been forgotten about in recent years. 6-time women's champion. I mean, did you know she was a 6 times women's champion?
No, I didn't know it was that many.
No, I think it's a problem with what WWE do, is that they, once the wrestler leaves, they kind of get forgotten about, rather than the history talked about and the accomplishments. So when they do eventually come back, you're like, oh, Mickie James, you've not spoken about her for 5 years, why does she matter? And then WWE decided to build up their stars themselves. Mickie James didn't come back and go straight into the women's title match. I think this is her first title opportunity since returning last year.
Yeah, well, didn't she have a match against Asuka?
She did. That was her first match back in NXT. Yeah, she came back, lost to Asuka. Again, Asuka, we've seen tonight, was dominant over Mickie James. Made her way to SmackDown as like the masked luchadoress or whatever that was with Bliss. Let me say the rest is history. Bliss getting a little bit frustrated now.
So with 4 matches, this is the 4th match. And we've seen this is the 3rd women's match. Do you think they're playing them too soon?
I think that. Well, first off, it's good. Maybe they're not going to be filler, because I think you need to stop gapping between the Balor Styles match and obviously the TLC match.
Well, Kendrick and Gallagher against Alexander and Swan was a kind of a filler match.
Yeah.
After Asuka and then before Bliss.
I think that and I think that they're built up. To say, like, Asuka debuted, that's one thing. Like I said, little filler match, and now this is like, this is women's title, this is going to mean something. I think it's good. I don't know if the fans are getting on board, but for me, and I don't want to be horrible, but I don't feel the pay-per-view started yet,
We're still in the kickoff.
Exactly. Well, yeah, exactly. Don't get me wrong, the Asuka debut was good, but not as good as I had hoped for.
No.
And the other couple of matches, like you said, easily be on kickoff, and no offence to Bliss, but if this was like a SummerSlam or Survivor, I think this could be,
Well, again, it's. I know there's women matches that deserve to have the main event on pay-per-views, but this doesn't. It's a women's title match, but I don't know. It doesn't have main event feel to it.
No, it doesn't, does it? And I don't know if it's just because of the storyline wise or what it is. But it's been kind of bad. But I will tell you something, as we've been talking, the action has stayed up there.
It has, yeah. Both women throwing lefts and rights at each other and then, following it up with a move that James loves. Both women kicking each other in the head and, both down to the mat and the referee's counting.
Yeah, exchanging the slaps. Mickie James going for the super kick, missing. And then it's just... When they turn it up, and this is why I don't understand WWE don't do it, especially at pay-per-view, you just have that speed or that intensity throughout the majority of the match, and then pay-per-views become more enjoyable. There is no difference at the moment between a pay-per-view and a Raw. Yeah. Sometimes you would argue Raw probably has the better matches now. It's not like they go out of their way.
And this, despite me being really biased towards Alexa Bliss, I can't really name a great Bliss match.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. I actually can't think of one. Her ones with Bayley were slightly disappointment.
Well, she completely obliterated her at Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
With kendo sticks. That's probably the most powerful she's looked. But, aside from that, it's, you struggle to think of a memorable Bliss match.
Yeah. I think this is the problem as well. It's like, it's not just about, it's about how good the matches, don't get us wrong, but it's the story leading up to it. And I don't think the stories have been that great this year. Like the Bliss and Bayley thing, what happened there, I do not know. And I could, who was Bliss's last challenger? She was in that multi-women match, weren't she, at the last paper? But again, because there were so many women, Nia Jax was probably the star of that show, weren't she? So it's difficult to see. But Mickie James finally building momentum. She's going to look to put away Alexa Bliss.
Oh, looking for a DDT, but Bliss twisting her arm round, reversing the momentum into a DDT of her own.
Oh, but James catches Bliss, bridges out.
Oh, goes for the cover, but Bliss with a kick out.
Bliss there nearly caught by Mickie James, but
lovely move there.
Kind of like a standing sunset flip, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, very impressive from Bliss. But Bliss not getting the free that she desired and throwing a little bit of a bitch fit.
Yeah, I mean, if you're struggling with Mickie James, what's she going to be like with Asuka, eh? As Bliss uses that bottom rope to get up. Mickie James may be giving her best shot now. She's definitely the veteran in this match. Bliss going for but James blocking it.
Oh, a flapjack.
And a nip up by Mickie James.
James is going up top. Is she going to look to finish Bliss off?
Oh, might have been looking in the crowd there.
She gets cut off, lands on her shoulder. Could this be the sparkle splash for the victory?
Well, Mickie James really selling that shoulder injury, and Bliss coming off the top. But Mickie James moves out of the way, and even with that injured shoulder,
looking to go up top, even though the shoulder doesn't look injured anymore.
No, exactly, yeah. 7 times women's champions. Mickie James about to get the job done.
Oh, kick off the top rope. Bliss wisely rolls to her front. 1, 2. Oh. Bliss with a kick out.
I think that looked really bad then. I don't know if he's meant to go for the drop kick. It looked like Bliss got out of the way for a certain point, but that's happened a couple of times tonight. Maybe everybody's feeling a little bit ill. You know, there's a sickness on the roster, isn't there?
There is indeed, yes. Shame Mojo hasn't been hit with it hard, or Enzo.
Alexa Bliss just got hit hard there by Mickie James' super kick. But Bliss again wisely going to the apron and like to see showing her veteran ways.
2.
Referee counted, but Bliss managing to kick out. Mickie James seems a bit distraught, doesn't know what to do.
Well, certainly Mickie James with more steam, and Bliss is. Because she actually, pull a cheeky victory out the way.
Well, just as you said that, referee distracted Mickie James, who got thrown into the turnbuckle. Bliss going for the pin.
3. Wow.
Pins Mickie James clean. They don't care about Mickie James, Dan.
No, they don't.
What we've got to stop doing, and what I've stopped doing is thinking like a booker of like what I want to happen. And I'm going to what are WWE going to do? They're going to just destroy Mickie James.
Think like a booker.
Yeah, exactly that. Think like an idiot and you will win. I've done my Jared technique this month.
You've channeled your inner Jared.
I have, and that means, Dan, that I go 4-2 up. And I tell you what, you're going to hope for a couple of good results before we get to the main event. But that is the match. Whose go is it? What did I think of the match? I thought it was alright, I suppose. Dan, what do you think of the match?
This match was more about the loser than, just like in the Asuka-Emma match, it was more about the loser than the winner, really. I think the woman on the losing end put up the best fight. And then, it was just head first into the turnbuckles, followed by a DDT for the victory. Yeah, I mean,
Bliss kind of... Then again, I think Mickie James got beaten a lot easier than I thought she would do there. No good moment for Mickie. There was a nice moment in the middle of the match, wasn't it, when it heated up a little bit. But again, I don't think it went out of like 3 out of 5. Do you know what I mean? If we're going to talk about that. That's why I've not really bothered rating any of the matches, because I don't think it's going to work. But Mickie James getting interviewed now... Mickie James very upset she didn't get the title here tonight. But it's not going to be her last time.
You're not, though, are you?
No, you're not, though. She says it's going to be the last time. Unless she wins it the next month. We move on, and let's hope it gets better.
Better for me.
Well, you need to pull it out in the next couple of matches, Dan.
Offering Kurt Angle basically an honorary membership to the Shield.
Really?
No?
I don't know. I'm not.
Angle was in, and you can believe that.
Well, we see Ambrose, Rollins and Angle talking. Angle saying, of course, he's been away 11 years. You do what you can do. And they said, we're not here to talk strategy, like you said, Dan. They gave him the first. But I want to see Kurt Angle coming out, Olympic gold medals,
I think there's still more time for that.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And, we've heard him come out. I'd like to see him come out in the crowd with the Shield, wearing the tactical vest.
All right, well, fair enough. We'll see what happens in our main event later. But Kurt Angle is back. Hang on a minute.
Listen to him talk.
I'm getting deja vu.
Who wants to take a walk with Elias?
Well, GPD was interrupted, and he's come out here because obviously there's nothing better to do on a 3-hour pay-per-view than to waste our time with another segment that we've seen. But I'll tell you something though, Dan, this man can play a guitar. I'd rather have 20 Fashion File segments than one GPD segment on a pay-per-view.
I'd rather have one long Mojo. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I tell you,
go
fiends.
from GPD to fucking shit cunt.
Can only get better. Yes, Dan, we are moving on. So we see GPD there, fantastic musical performance. And up next, the Cruiserweight title on the line. The champion, Kalisto, versus Enzo. What a match this is going to be.
Enzo Amore is your new Cruiserweight champion!
Oh! What? Hey! A low blow! The referee didn't see it! Enzo Amore is the new Cruiserweight champ!
I made 205 Live relevant. I didn't have to wait in line for this thing. I crossed the line. So all you Cruiserweight can fall in line. Hey, back up. Think twice. You guys like your job? I dare any one of you to touch me right now. So act smart. I know it's hard for you. Hey, Mufasa, your parents did you a bigger injustice than I ever could when they named you after the Lion King, kid. You got more abs than you do brain cells, Tony Nese, you schmuck. Look at this. Oh, you want to touch me? Gabagool leg. You look like a hobo. What are you wearing, a scuba shirt? What size shirt is that, a medium?
None of the Cruiserweights at a ringside can have physical contact with you in any way. If they do, they will be fired. But none of this applies to the newest member of the Cruiserweight division that I just signed.
The former United States champion, Kalisto, one of the most talented luchadors on the planet Earth, and he is staring a hole through Enzo Amore. And Kalisto, the newest member of 205 Live. Welcome to 205 Live.
I'm trying to understand, Kurt, is why Kalisto assaults me and then gets rewarded with a title opportunity at TLC. Explain that.
Forget about the match against Kalisto at TLC.
How you doing?
You're going to put that Cruiserweight Championship on the line against Kalisto tonight. Your match with Kalisto is a lumberjack match.
Enzo Amore defending the Cruiserweight Championship against Kalisto here tonight. Looking for the Salida del Sol. Enzo able to counter. There it is. And Mustafa Ali makes sure that Enzo doesn't retain. And Enzo once again only has himself to blame. The cheap shot to Mustafa Ali. Ali didn't forget. Kalisto now. Enzo for the second rope. Kalisto with a Salida del Sol. Can Kalisto do it? Kalisto does it. Kalisto's the Cruiserweight champion.
For the very first time in the Cruiserweight division, there's a luchador as champion!
Let's just be real for 1 minute. Cause I got nuked, duped, screwed, and robbed of my Cruiserweight championship. And I got money stacked taller than you. I earned that money being a star. I think it sheds some light, and I think some people see it.
Hey, that's Devarian and Dar and Nice and Gulak.
The Zoe train is coming through.
If this alliance stays true, Enzo Amore is more dangerous than ever.
I'm Muscles Marinara, and I got the sauce. Cause at TLC, I'm taking that lady back, boy. How you do?
Where do you rate Kalisto? How good do you think he is?
I think he's brilliant. Certainly he made a good impression before the 205 Live come out, I think. He was US champion briefly, but he was US champion.
Yeah, 2-time US champion, yeah. Tag team champion. But, I mean, like I say, he was good in Lucha Dragons, but, is he considered a great cruiserweight?
I wouldn't say he's a great cruiserweight yet.
Does he have the potential to be?
Yes.
I mean, that's the interesting thing. And cause what do you need to become a great cruiserweight? It's a bit of longevity, isn't it? It's kind of being used in main storylines that Kalisto has been.
Would you consider Rey Mysterio as a great cruiserweight?
Oh yeah, Mysterio's a great cruiserweight, but is Brian Kendrick a great cruiserweight? I think he's a good cruiserweight.
I think he's a very good cruiserweight. Yeah, I wouldn't say great, but again, all these other guys have had success outside of 205 Live. None of these other guys in the cruiserweight division have had outside of it.
Yeah, I mean, and this is the crazy thing about the whole Neville situation from this, you know. It was going to be Enzo and Kalisto at TLC no matter what happens, but because Neville, but he was either not at Raw, he was going to lose to Enzo in the main event. He wasn't happy about a lot of things, and of course Neville's gone now. And now we've got Kalisto, who beat Enzo for the Cruiserweight title on Raw, in a quite a good match, wasn't it, you know?
Yeah.
And then we've seen a lot of build-up towards this to Kalisto and Enzo. And Kalisto, I think, was on fire last 205 Live, if I can remember, even after the bell, wasn't it? He was going after Enzo, which is always exciting. But I don't know about Kalisto. I think he needs a little bit more work.
So, given, you know, everything that they bring to the table, mic work, in-ring work, you know, likability, whatever you want, who would you rather have on the 205 Live? Would you rather have Enzo or Neville?
Oh, Neville, wouldn't you? You know,
exactly.
Yeah, Neville, but Enzo is. Look, don't start shouting at me now. But I think Enzo has kind of got a little bit better in 205 Live. I think he's helped them out a little bit, and I think they've helped him out. I think he's been having all right matches. And I think for the character, he isn't, you know, and I think that works for him, you know.
But, you know, again, it doesn't work in the right way because even though he does get a few boos, they still fucking talk along with his stick and, you know, they still lap him up.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there. And I think someone like Neville, who's 100 times the wrestler Enzo is, deserved a chance outside the Cruiserweight division, which he wasn't getting. And they've said to Enzo, this is where you're going. There's nothing else, you know.
Exactly, you know, NXT champion. And you look back at a majority of the other NXT champions. Oh, is he losing his voice?
He's lost his voice.
That would be an utter shame. And then there would be absolutely fuck all that he could offer the world.
Yeah. If he lost his voice, he could do anything. I've not seen you this happy since last time I lost my voice. Well, Enzo's quite confident. He said there's three types of people. People that... I can't remember what he said. Doesn't matter really what Enzo said. It's the kind of same spiel. You're soft in the end. But prediction-wise, we'll talk about this now. Dan, I'm really interested, but I'll tell you who I've gone for first. I have gone for a new Cruiserweight champion, Enzo Amore. Have you betrayed... Well, let's see. Who are you gone for, Dan?
Have you ever gone for Mojo?
Never, ever gone for Mojo.
Exactly.
I lost a perfect score thanks to not going for Mojo when I knew he was going to win. Never go for Mojo.
Well, there's no chance of me winning this pay-per-view anyway. So it doesn't matter who I've gone for. But I ain't even going to say his name.
Enzo, you hate yourself for it. And Dan, that's even worse because like you said... You didn't need to go for him. You'd already lost.
Nah, but you know, there's not going to be any other title changes on the card, and you know, there's normally bound to be one. And if it's, you know, not with the way he's been winning, I'll use the term loosely. His matches, you know, with a low blow or whatever, you know, even his new paid friends, you know, your guy Noam Dar. If he comes out and helps his new buddy Enzo or what have you, but, you know.
No, I completely agree with you when it comes to that. You look at the build-up for it as well. You've seen on 205 Live Kalisto having the upper hand, even though they only won the title fucking 2 weeks ago, having the upper hand the last couple of episodes on Raw and 205 Live. We've seen, like I said, the Intercontinental title and the Tag Team titles not being defended here, so they've got to have something change hands, haven't they? So... You know, and Enzo losing it so quickly, I thought the chance of him going to win it back, so that's why I went Enzo. But don't get me wrong, if Kalisto was to win, it would be fantastic here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
But with Cedric Alexander winning earlier and Rich Swann, it just looked like there's challenges lined up. He might be in for a bit of a lengthy reign as Cruiserweight champion, you know. I don't really want to say that, but let's hope the match is good. Kalisto, we talked about, is good, not great. And if you can pull a good match out of Enzo Amore, that would be a great thing. I don't like Kalisto's new look, though. What do you reckon? I know it's not his new look, but
he looks a bit weird.
It is, isn't it? It's like he's forgot to dress himself properly. Got the mask on, and then it's just... I don't like it. I don't like his flap at the front. Here we go. I don't like Enzo. Look at that. He's got an emoji poo on his trunks.
Yes.
Enzo and Man City Baby Blue there, going against Kalisto. Let's see how we start things off. I mean, you've got Enzo. What does Enzo have to do if he's going to win this? I think we basically explained it anyway, but yeah. Low blow or, poke to the eye.
You see, bit of an Eddie Guerrero, and, he's got none of that in him.
Well,
he doesn't deserve it.
He's got no talent, don't get me wrong. He's got talent. I mean, Eddie Guerrero it's like night and day, really, with Enzo and Eddie. And if they're trying to say, like, Kalisto's a bit like Mysterio, that's exactly the same thing they're going wrong. Even though Kalisto's great in the ring, he's not made a real name for himself, has he, Again,
I think people see him, they shouldn't really, but they see him just as a knockoff Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, and I think this is WWE's problem for not either having that problem sorted out when Mysterio first left and trying to replicate that, or go in a different direction, rather than trying to sell the masks to the kids like they did Sin Cara or Kalisto, any masked man, to actually go, no, we're going to go a different direction. They don't seem to work that out. They don't seem to have a big Mexican style, they tried with Del Rio. And Kalisto's going to try to fly now.
No, they've not really, as you say, they've not really touched upon the lucha libre style wrestler.
Yeah.
They haven't. Well, they've tried, but they haven't run with it.
Yeah, exactly. And this is part why WCW was so successful and ECW was back in the day, because the cruiserweights weren't just their own thing; they were the whole part of the show, and they were a really important part.
Yeah.
During Nitros, we've seen the matches this year. Watching Nitro 1997, those were the matches that are getting you through the show, as opposed to the main event angle. And the main event angle at the end.
And if WWE could replicate that, because they've certainly got the main events down.
Yeah. We said this last pay-per-view, we seem to say it every time. They've got the talent there. Like the roster of cruiserweights that they got, they could have a fantastic division if they used it correctly. But instead, it's still, I'm glad they're not doing the purple ropes, but it still felt as a completely different aspect to Raw. But, I mean, anyway, we should talk about the match, even though we don't want to. At the moment, Kalisto did hit a suicide dive to Enzo on the outside, but now Enzo's brought it back in. We've seen the moment it changed, really. Kalisto on the top rope, Enzo putting his feet out.
So we actually, 5 matches in, and we haven't seen a men's match. We've seen 3 women's and 2 cruiserweights.
Yeah, we haven't seen an official men's Raw match. Yeah, this has all been... I tell you, it doesn't feel like a proper paper. It is an extended kickoff, like a 2-hour one.
Or either that or a Raw.
Yeah. We've not seen anything left, and all we've got left now, to my recollection, is the Balor AJ Styles match and the Shield match. So obviously they're going to maybe put something filler in between the two of them,
Jason Jordan, the last.
Well, like I said, GPD's second musical performance, and Jason Jordan there challenging for a match. And Enzo now to the top, mocking Kalisto. And I don't think I've seen Enzo this high before.
Wow, Kalisto, quick as a hiccup. And he just rolls through and just delivers a lovely kick to the head of Enzo.
Maybe that knocks some sense into Enzo. Struggles to get to his feet.
Harder than that.
Kalisto looking to the crowd. I mean, Dan, let's talk about this quickly before the match ends. If you'd have paid money for a ticket to this event, would you be disappointed? At the moment in time?
I wouldn't be happy at this moment in time, no. But knowing what's coming up, I think I'd pay the ticket price just to see the Balor versus Styles match and the Shield going against the Bar, Miz, Strowman and Kane.
Yeah, I think that's... But again, it's a 2-match card, isn't it? It literally... They don't need separate pay-per-views if it's just 2 matches. They could have put it on the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view and it would have been a lot better, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Take away some of the shit Hell in a Cell matches that we had. I mean, this has not felt like TLC here tonight, has it,
Well, we've not seen one TL or C.
No.
And we're not going to in the next match. So the only match we're going to see tables, ladders and chairs is going to be the main event.
Exactly, and
there's normally a ladders match, a table match, a chair match, and then there's the big TLC at the end of it.
Yeah, I don't know why they've not done it for. I don't know why they've done it like this. I mean, this could be, and I've said this on the last podcast, like Halloween Havoc, and we wouldn't have noticed a hell of a lot of difference. Apart from maybe the sets would have been a lot cooler. Imagine like a huge fucking pumpkin. Talking about pumpkins, biggest pumpkin in WWE. Enzo using the mask there to break Kalisto down, and he's wearing him down.
You know what my answer would be, but is there anything good about Enzo?
I think deep down, if I look hard enough, there is something good about him, because he's... I don't want to compare him to anybody, but to be that unlikable, I think is a talent. And to be a heel and that unlikable, it generates, I think, a good type of heat. All the stories we hear about him being a dick makes us dislike him more. And I know we dislike the person... me.
Is that why you think they've turned him to a heel?
Yeah, I think that's why. It's the only way they could have saved him, because otherwise he would start getting, silence from the crowd rather than boos. Because even when he's doing his heel stuff now, it's not that loud, you know? So the worst thing a wrestler can get is silence, and I think so he's working towards that. But I think as a heel, he seemed more comfortable, I think, on 205 Live recently as well. Kind of pretended to be the main event player in the Cruiserweight division, so...
Okay, aside from personality, in-ring, is there anything good about what Enzo does or can do? I know...
No.
Don't get me wrong, he can take a beating, he can get beaten the fuck out of.
Yeah.
But, who can't take that?
Yeah, but then again, does that mean his selling's quite good? Because, we talk about Roderick Strong, like saying that sell as well as many others. With Enzo, because he gets beaten up, is that a talent in itself to make it look like he's getting his ass kicked, So, I mean, like I said, athletic-wise, Enzo is awful, Offensive-wise, he is terrible. But he's played it well to be either like the babyface getting the crap beaten out of him, ready for the big tag for Cass, or the kind of underhanded shit herder, just come up with a new word, in the Cruiserweight title match. At least he can play both roles. I mean, we're not saying it's good. I'm not saying he's going to be great. But I'm saying it makes sense for him to be in this role, you know what I'm saying? So, anyway, Enzo looking to put Kalisto away. We saw Enzo off the top there. That was quite an impressive move. The
DDT.
Yeah, DDT off the top rope. What's that, my love?
Is it me, or is this match getting longer, or does it just seem like it's longer?
It seems like a long... I'm checking the time, and it's only been a few minutes. And Enzo...
Looking for his Jordanzo.
Is that what they call it? Well, Jordanzo missed, and Kalisto,
looking for Salida del Sol, but Enzo pushing him away and ducking out of dodge.
And he's trying to use the ring apron to stop getting pushed back in the ring. Referee pushing Kalisto.
Thumb to the eye, ref. And Kalisto can't see anything.
Oh, and Enzo.
With the Jordanzo.
Enzo wins and is the two-time Cruiserweight champion.
Even though I got a point, I'm not happy about it.
How's that feel, eh? So it goes 5-3 to me. And Enzo does win. I mean, match-wise, I got to say, that was a little bit boring, actually. I thought Kalisto... even wasn't allowed to do a lot in that, but I think it made him look incredibly weak, didn't it,
It did indeed, yeah.
To be beaten down the majority of the match and then to lose to an eye poke,
Exactly, and this arsehole is the reason why I no longer wear Air Jordans.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, Enzo there becomes a two-time Cruiserweight champion as we see a replay of his cheating. But I got to say, though, I think we've seen a clean finish in every match. I mean, obviously, this is a bit dirty, but we haven't had a count-out disqualification yet. Will we have that in our main event? Will we have it in the Balor Styles match?
We can't have it in the main event.
Have it in Styles Balor, have him counted out. Well, no, Enzo got on the mic. They asked him, and he said, I've got to thank him, haven't I? I've got to thank me, it's all down to me. Enzo walks out Cruiserweight champion, and Dan, 205 Live is going to be fun these next few weeks. But we do move on.
Thank fuck for that.
Yeah.
So will we actually get a men's match?
I think...
Surely.
Don't call me Shirley.
There's got to be one coming up.
A WrestleMania advert. Fucking hell. WrestleMania will be in New Orleans next year, but we're focusing on
Big Easy.
Yeah, we're focusing on TLC though. The what's Booker? Booker, you on screen? Book.
Yo, hey. There we got ya. Face forward, son.
You can hear someone in there. Fucking Booker, we're on. We're fucking
Booker, we're live.
Yeah.
Take your glasses off, you twat.
Anyway, yeah, we do see Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and Booker T doing some research before this fucking huge match. And I don't care what anybody says, it is a dream match because it's the Demon Finn Balor versus the phenomenal AJ Styles.
What they lack in fireworks, they certainly make up for in fog.
Yeah. Raw might not have Bobby Roode's glorious entrance. They might not have the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura. They might not even have the Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger, or
the tight-ripped Orton entrance.
But they have got the Demon Balor, and what an entrance that is, Dan, isn't it?
That is an amazing entrance, yeah. You know, and there's nothing, there's nothing you can say to it, is there really? It's just a really awe-inspiring. The demon persona as well, I think that's perfect.
The one thing they've protected throughout the whole list, and probably the best protected thing has been Finn Balor's demon. Under every show that he's been on, even though Balor might have been a bit up and down, the demon has always been there, and it feels special.
Well, AJ Styles is taking his place. It is a shame, because I wanted to see Bray versus Balor for the 20th time.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So, why can't we see Bray? Anyway, we are going to see AJ versus Balor. Sorry, I got caught up in all the hype. Dan, who have you gone for in this match?
Well, I did have my mind made up before the change, and I've stuck to it. It's going to be the Demon.
The Demon, yeah, I got to completely agree with you. I mean, like I say, I think he was going to win against Bray anyway, and I think with Styles on loan from SmackDown, I think it is going to be Balor gets the victory. But I mean, AJ Styles, I got too many good things to say about him. So much good that AJ Styles does in ring against Balor. And I tell you something, Finn Balor really needs a standout match, because we talked about Bliss earlier. How many great Finn Balor matches on Raw have there been? Can you name a couple? It's really difficult to, isn't it? The feud with Bray's kind of sapped away all that energy from him, and let's hope him and Styles can deliver here tonight.
You got a perfect score then, James.
Yeah.
Don't need to go on about it.
Anyway, let's concentrate on the action. That's not about us. It's about the first men's match of the night. Finn Balor, even though they're both technically cruiserweights, they could be on 205. And it's unbelievable to think that it is the first time that these two men have met in any promotion worldwide. They've just never been in the same place at the same time until right now. And AJ taking Balor down with a drop kick.
Well, you say that Finn pairing for Sister Abigail. But then, AJ Styles was on tour with SmackDown in San Diego, Chile. So, he's had to take a overnight flight to get here for tonight, and he's going to be feeling jet lagged or what have you. And he's been performing down south.
Yeah. Now, so it's saying it might have a bit of, especially coming into this in Balor's home, or the Demons ring at this moment in time, might be difficult for AJ to adjust. But we've got to remember that he is phenomenal, and he's such a great worker, and he's travelled around the world before. So he's not going to be put off by this, and to be able to knock off the Demon, he says, he said it on kickoff, that to be able to beat the Demon for the first time is going to be a great achievement. And Styles truly believes he can do that, and And we know AJ now, since his arrival, and we can say that he is done on the night. And I think this is going to be a great match. I mean, and it just proves that storylines don't matter. We don't need storylines. We can just put random matches together and it'll be good.
Well, you say a random match. This is, it was. They did have the build up, and it was set to be Bray versus Balor, but unfortunately, illnesses happen. As you know, you've had a few days off work with the shits.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Top 10 hits.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
So
and they've really hurt my Harry Styles as well.
They've had to cope in your absence.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, it's different. Though I think with wrestling, because it's like the whole point for me for wrestling is for a storyline to follow like a kind of thread throughout the card, to have a story to be told to me, and then to be putting two matches together like they have now. I mean, this one is better than.
So, would you rather have seen, Bray going against Kurt Hawkins, Balor going against Kurt Hawkins, and save this for a different pay-per-view?
I don't know. I would have thought there would have been a little bit more build-up, the reason why these two men are going at it, but the argument is, most wrestling is one man beating the other, but I want to feel it, one man, if some guy gets a victory, if Balor gets a victory here tonight.
Well, let's put yourself in the fans' perspective. You've bought tickets to this event. You was happy with the lineup going into it, and then you hear that Bray's ill.
Yep.
So right, you're not going to see Bray. You're not going to see Sister Abigail's first ever match.
Sorry, I know that's meant to be a big thing.
I'm being serious.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Can I be serious for a moment?
Yeah.
And they give you this instead.
Yeah, but that's WWE though. If I was a fan going to that, I think, why can't WWE do this all the time? So we go to Raw, and I don't want to see whatever the storyline is at that moment in time. The Shield get back. I want to see Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens. I want to have a SmackDown superstar there. I want to have, over on SmackDown, Bobby Roode, and he can go against John Cena. Bring Cena back. Just random matches that are going to be good pairings. You don't need any build up to them, and like you say, like at the next pay-per-view.
Well, maybe they should have. Do you think that's why they should bring back King of the Ring? Because it is basically every name in a hat, put out two, right? Him versus him. First round matches.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is with King of the Ring, you could do that, and you could build up. The good thing about King of the Ring, you build up stories through the tournament as well, can't you? And have and stuff like. I think that the problem of just having a match put together is that even though it would be good, what's the point? Everything in wrestling, for me, everything in wrestling should be done something for a reason.
But where have the best matches we've seen for the past couple of years?
Yeah, all right, yeah, okay.
They've been from the 205 Live tournament. They've just been thrown together. No storyline, no backstory, no nothing. The Mae Young Classic, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
The tag team tournament, that was very good.
Is that so? Maybe we need to adopt that then, because obviously the Bray and Balor storyline wasn't working, and rather than WWE changing it, the hand was forced with this to be put in there, So
if we would have seen Balor beat Bray, who would have beaten him as the Demon against the Man, as the Man against the Man, and as the Demon against the Sister Abigail,
But I think
that would have been the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, exactly. We could have moved on, and now we're going to get another fucking month of it once Bray Wyatt comes back, unless they completely forget about it, and then the storyline's pointless then as well.
Well, they're going to be building towards the next pay-per-view in 4 weeks' time.
Yeah.
So there's rumours that there's going to be different various things happening.
Yeah.
So we can see how that's going to shape up, and maybe it just be swept under the carpet. We don't know when Bray's coming back.
Yeah, that's true. We don't know when Roman is coming back, so we don't know how long this is going to last, and we don't know if AJ Styles is going to stick around on Raw. If he's a replacement for Bray Wyatt, does he stick around for a little while?
Let's not get bogged down over who should be facing what should be going on. We're taking our attention away from this, which is without doubt a dream matchup. Build up or no build up, I think we should just sit back and enjoy the match.
Yeah, I mean we've missed the early goings, and it both been exchanging holds early on, and then we saw AJ taking a little bit of control. We thought he had the demon tamed, but it got sent to the outside, and Balor just showing what he's all about, the high-flying move, just hit this sling blade, is it? He hit with a sling blade, and now Balor going to go to drop kick.
Oh, but turns him up for a lovely neck breaker.
Well, that's one of AJ's signature moves. AJ, Balor both down. It looked like Balor was going to go for the end there.
It looked like he was running towards his big drop kick into the corner. But he got caught by Styles, and he's going to get set up for the Styles clash now. We've seen this finish many a man and a demon.
Yeah, but the demon manages to swing out of it, but gets caught by AJ.
Oh, face first, rolls him up for a cover. 1, 2. Oh. But Balor managing to kick out.
AJ is not going to get frustrated, though. He knows he's going to take a lot. If he wants to beat the demon for the first time here tonight, he's going to have to do a lot more than that. Oh, my God.
Standing coup de grace. If that was from the second rope, this match would have been over by now. But it looks like Balor's finally getting himself back into this match.
Well, that may have been over then, but the Balor didn't even go for the pin. Got more respect than AJ Styles than I have. And
Indeed, yes. It's going to take a lot more than a standing coup de grace to put the former heavyweight champion. He's probably had one of the best debut years I've seen in a long while.
Yeah.
AJ Styles.
No, Joe, it was phenomenal, wasn't it? Like we have seen with AJ. But I think the demon, I was going to mention, we saw with the kicks and the drop kick in the corner. There's a more aggressive side to Finn Balor coming out, which I quite like as well. It is different sides, not just the same wrestling.
Oh, but Styles rolling through, looking for the...
Yeah, he's got the calf crusher in. I was just talking about the demon being more aggressive, and he's got caught in it. Well, no, then I can...
Indeed, yes. Can you take the demon's legs out from underneath him? He's not going to be able to hit the coup de grace.
He might tap right here, middle of the ring. AJ rolling round.
Well, the demon's not been pinned, but can he tap out?
Well, he's grabbed AJ and slamming him into the canvas. That is one way to get out of the...
That is indeed, yes.
Balor may be cleaning it or biting down hard on that gum shield. And as he hurt that leg, Finn Balor has sissied it.
That's it. I mean, a few more shots to the knee and another calf crusher. Could he make the demon tap out? He looks set to go for the phenomenal forearm. But as he was looking to springboard off the top rope, he gets pushed off by Balor, landing on them wafer thin mats below. Can it give Balor the much needed time he needs to recover?
I don't know. That calf crusher was in for so long. The damage might be already done. Like I said, any time for the demon to get back, but I don't think he will. He looks and try and get Styles.
Well, you can't leave Styles to rest for a minute.
Well, you saw the impact of Styles there going for the phenomenal forearm. Yeah, going for the forearm. And now he's on the mats, and Balor...
Kicks a field goal with Styles' head.
I'm surprised Styles' head is still attached to his shoulders. The momentum there, and Balor checking with the fans.
I'm still not used to Styles with long hair. Styles there going back first into the barricades and landing in a heap, following a big kick from Balor.
Oh, Balor has been brilliant these past few minutes.
Well, if this was in the ring and that was going into the corner, he'll be going up top for a coup de grace right now.
Well, at the moment, he's trying to get his breath back. That leg is still damaged as he got back into the ring.
Telling the ref to...
Yeah, we don't end it like that. As I said, another clean finish here tonight would be nice.
Picking up Balor and running him over the announce table and sending the announcers scrambling. I don't think they was expecting that at all.
Nine! The German announce team just got taken out.
Alex right, yeah.
Oh, nice! My God, both men showing aggression here. Of course, don't forget, both former leaders, I'm going to say it, of the Bullet Club. And I'm going to get sued by someone here, but they were members of the Bullet Club. They were too sweet.
James, we just had a cease and desist letter come through the door.
Suck it. And now both men in the ring. Yes.
Double crossbody, but neither man staying down. Both getting up. Double clothesline down. I think James is going to have a major hard-on.
Major hard-on. You know when it's a good match when they start doing that. Come on. Pump up the pace a little bit. Let's see Styles and Balor. The Styles and Balor we deserve. Look, fans got on their feet then as well. Oh, you thought that impact was good? Look at this one. No, same one.
It's the same one, different angle.
You think that was good? Look at this one. Oh, fucking never. Both went back to their feet. This could go either way.
And the yay or yay punches. There's no nays about this.
Yay! 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 Yay!
Yay!
My God! And AJ winning the exchange, going for the kick.
Oh, and his brilliant combination, but
Oh!
Balor with the Pele kick.
Well, it looked like Styles going to go for a clothesline. Got caught. But Balor can't capitalise on it. Both bend down again. And now Finn Balor's got that look in his eyes. Going to go for the 1066 or the 1860 or something like that.
The Styles reverses it. But Balor reverses it again into a...
Oh, no. AJ blocks that. No.
Gets taken down by Balor.
I thought he was going to reverse blocked the reverse brainbuster, which Balor's going for now.
Oh, hits it this time though. Goes for the cover. 2. Oh, but Styles managing to kick out.
Balor is prone in the corner.
Oh, he does get kicked back into the corner. This is where Balor could end it with a coup de grace. 10 more minutes.
It's over too soon. It's only been on 20 minutes. Yeah, AJ.
Cut the Enzo match.
Oh!
But AJ Styles up with a Pele kick of his own, catching Balor as he was climbing up to the top to deliver his final blow.
Two things there. Styles proving he can hit the Pele kick as good as Finn Balor. And second, he cut the 2 GPD segments. You're going to have a 40-minute match.
Indeed. Cut the first 6 matches.
Yeah.
I'll be fucking happy.
Iron Man match this. AJ going to leapfrog up. It's got Balor. Oh!
Heads as a takedown as Balor was perched up the top. 1, 2. But Balor managing to kick out.
AJ's getting frustrated. He's thinking, what can I do to put the Demon down? Maybe the rumours were
Well, he
true.
hasn't hit the phenomenal forearm. He hasn't hit the Styles Clash. So, there's 2 moves right there.
You think about it. He's gone for the phenomenal forearm and the Demon stopped it. And he went for the Styles Clash and the Demon stopped it.
And he looks set up for the phenomenal forearm.
Well, he's going for it again. Here we go. No!
Oh, no, he's going for the 450, but Balor moved out the way. There's so many moves in his repertoire. Big clothesline from the Demon.
That's nearly snapped AJ in half.
Kicks him in. We all know what comes after this, James.
Well, can Balor hit the move with the injured leg? He's trying to get to the top rope. Here comes the Demon.
Boom. Coup de grace.
Goes for the pin.
1, 2, 3.
There you go.
And the Demon has the victory.
Exactly. Finn Balor beats AJ Styles in, I think, I might say, a match of the year contender. Dan, what did you think?
Yes, it was very bloody exciting. Both men certainly pulled it out in a match that I wouldn't mind seeing 20, 30 times.
Well, you wouldn't mind seeing a Bray Balor feud as Balor versus AJ if they're wrestling every month.
Yeah, I'd happily see that. Both men certainly put it on the line. And, again, from what has been a dull, boring night so far, quite an uneventful evening, it's certainly...
Well, the touch paper has been lit now, hasn't it? We've finally come alive with this one. Fantastic between these two men. Like I said, yes, they're not fighting for anything. Well, they're fighting to see who's the better man, and tonight the Demon does win with the coup de grace, and that means it goes 6-4 now with 2 matches back, or 2 matches left, Dan. You need to have gone different with me. We'll see what happens. But what a great match that is. Like we say, TLC has finally started. Only 2 hours and, we count kickoff as well. Nearly 3 hours into the whole show. But are we going to see a sign of respect here now? Getting to his feet, the Demon standing over him.
Too sweet, too sweet, too sweet. 2 former leaders of the Bullet Club.
Nice sign of respect, and Raw's Balor goes forward. I wonder what's next for Finn Balor. Times we've seen him now. So he's going to face Jason Jordan like we saw earlier, the match getting made. He's going to play a song. Oh!
For God's sake, he's interrupting him now for the 3rd time. We've never heard a full GPD song.
He's going to release an album, the track's going to be 3 seconds long.
Indeed. Well, perhaps he only writes 3 lines.
Yeah, he hasn't got a lot. He's hoping someone comes out. But here comes Jason Jordan. He's got quite a package on him, if we're going to talk about that.
He is the whole package.
He is. He's a complete package.
Has he improved since splitting from Chad Gable? Thanks for finishing my sandwiches. American Alpha.
No, I don't think he's better now than he was in an American Alpha. No.
Are you sure? Because he's had a great match against Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
He's had a great match against
Gable had a great match against AJ Styles. He had a great match against whoever else he faced on SmackDown.
Exactly. So, so both men have done well. Gable's now got his new running partner.
Yeah, Gable's with Benjamin now, isn't he? Yeah, Bagel. What's
Ben
they
Gable.
called their name? But I don't know about Jason
Anyway,
Jordan.
this match, it was quite an impromptu match. So, who have you gone for?
Well, should we toss for it? Well, yeah, exactly. All right, predictions. It's not really fair, is it? Let's both write down who we think is going to win. All right, and let's show each other. There you go. Exactly the same. Both gone Jason Jordan.
No, yours says GPD.
no, I know
fucking
Jason
liar.
Jordan. I mean, I might have thought GPD if it wasn't such a filler match.
After the hot streak that GPD has been on, through Titus a couple of times. He's run through Cruz a couple of times.
He lost on Raw last week, though.
In a triple threat match.
Yeah, but he's still GPD. Still
not
lost.
in a 6-man tag.
GPD was still a losing man. So, and the stop-start booking nature of WWE. They think you're going to go with someone, then they can't stop. So with Jason Jordan, we thought we was going to win the Intercontinental title, and look what happened there. They've forgotten about it.
For it.
You thought you went Jordan last month as well against the Miz.
Yeah, I think you're lying. I got a perfect score and a bonus point.
Anybody go back and listen to it.
Anyway, there's a match going on in the ring. G upper hand over JJ so far. But Jordan makes his way back to a vertical base. Irish whip attempt reversed by Samson. But Jordan running over, jumping him and then catching Samson as he was going for a jump. Oh, a lovely slam down. Goes for the cover. 2. Oh. GPD with a kick out.
Now Jordan goes straight back to GPD. Put him on the apron. Oh.
Well, he attempted to throw him out of the ring, but Samson landed on the outside apron, went for a drop kick, but Samson still didn't fall off the apron onto them wafer thin mats below.
I know, he fell back in the ring as Jordan went for the pin count and only got the 2.
2.
But that dropped on the button as he backed GPD up into the corner now.
Well, he looked for a belly-to-belly overhead, but Samson hit him with a big forearm to the face and then shoved him sternum first into the second turnbuckle. And Jordan is in all sorts of trouble now.
Well, maybe GPD can recover as Jordan has been quite hot in the early going here. And that was a hell of an impact we see in a replay with Jordan's head hitting the second turnbuckle. He might have lost his bearings. And look at the viciousness of GPD now with the punches and the kicks to the corner of Jordan raining down on him. Well, he wants to finish his damn song. That's what he's getting annoyed about.
Well, no one likes any guitarist interruptus.
But Jordan now draped over ED with a clubbing right hands.
But, again, I hate to touch on this again, but do you think they've wasted the TLC brand for this pay-per-view? We've not seen anything.
Are you telling me GPD versus JJ isn't a pay-per-view match? Is that what you're saying right now?
I am saying that.
Yeah. Well, I am completely shocked by that. I mean, of course it's...
Do you disagree?
No, of course I don't. It is a joke. And there is no difference between this and a Raw, No. There is no difference. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, the Balor AJ match, but that was only thrown together thanks to the illness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only good match, the only one match was going to be good was going to be the main event with the Shield. But now we're not getting the Shield, so Kurt Angle's good. Will it be great? We're going to have to find out. This is not, and most of the night has not been good either. If we look at all of them. It's either been with the Asuka match, it was
bad booking
there, and the rest has just been bad, really. There's nothing to write home about. Everything here, everything. Cruiserweight, the women's match wasn't good. The kickoff was, meh.
Well, everything could have been seen on a Raw or SmackDown, aside from the Balor Styles match.
Yeah. But even then, if they're feeling special, they were stuck saying like that. You know what I mean? Like a.
Well, again. The whole pay-per-view, we've not seen a table, a ladder or a chair.
No.
It's wasted it.
It has been disappointing. It is just...
It's like, you get a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, you get at least 2 Hell in a Cell matches. Money in the Bank, we've had 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches.
Yeah.
Elimination Chamber.
But I don't know why they've done it for. It just seems like it's a throwaway idea. We'll move TLC to October, and we'll just have it here, you know? I mean, for me, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But anyway, back to the match. GPD had the abdominal stretching, made famous by Wilbur Schneider, everybody. But Jason Jordan managed to get out of it, and he called him Enzo then, throw GPT to the outside. He's back in.
Jason Jordan unloading with big right hands. Samson goes for a right of his own, but Jordan ducks it, takes him down twice.
Jordan saying, come on, you want some? Bring it.
Picks him up, shoves him into the corner. Jordan's starting to heat things up a bit. Runs him to the opposite corner. Runs him back to the first corner he started off on.
Uh-oh, he did a mojo. Anyway, here comes Jordan.
Belly to belly overhead.
He can't put straps down, though. What's he going to do?
Put his shorts down.
Yeah. We're talking about a Jordan package. Here he comes.
Oh, spears him in the corner. Slams him down 1, 2.
Oh.
The GPD with a kick out.
Ah. What is I don't know Jason Jordan's finisher, actually.
Northern Lights, isn't it?
Is
Reach
it?
out.
And I don't know what GPD's is.
His is a drift away.
Oh, that's quite a cool name.
It's kind of like a spinning doobie Durkin.
Oh, we'll see. If we'll find out if we see it here tonight as Jordan takes GPD all the way to the top. Jordan looks like might be trying to hit it off the top rope.
GPD fighting out, sending him off, but Jordan straight back up onto it. Again, Samson holding on, not letting Jordan get his move off the top rope.
Oh.
Finally comes back down to terra firma and hits Jordan in the face with a knee.
I think Jordan made a mistake running in to GPD there.
Oh, and then GPD throws Jordan leg first into the middle turnbuckle. That was uncalled for.
Yeah, we see the replay of Jordan running straight into that knee. He's not in much better condition right now. As we are live and he's on the apron, going to get suplexed in.
Oh no, but Jordan fights it, rolls through. 1, 2. Oh, we got it.
What?
I thought Samson kicked out.
Ah.
Well, we didn't see either the drift away or Jordan's finisher.
No, we saw
a victory.
Well, JJ wins, but
I'm not sure about this one.
Well, I've got to see a replay of that one. I mean, Jordan gets victory. The crowd doesn't really care. At least it's over, to be fair.
To be fair.
Before we get a replay, what do you think of the match, Dan?
Meh.
Yeah, it was nothing, was it? I mean, if you look up filler in the dictionary, you probably see a picture of that too. He did get a kick out.
Ah, he did indeed. That was a really bad call by the ref, and fuck knows what went on there.
Well, we talked about not having these botches. We had all clean finishes here tonight, and unfortunately it's come to an end now with that. Don't forget we have Raw Talk tonight, immediately following TLC, with Alexa Bliss and AJ Styles. And after that, we both get another point. It's 7-5 as we head into our main event. And I'll say it for the first time. If I get this right, perfect score. But it is tables, ladders, and chairs match. Tables, ladders, and chairs match, yeah. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Kurt Angle versus Strowman, Kane, and The Miz.
And of course, there's not really much build-up from the way of Kurt Angle, so they're just going to show you a Kurt Angle highlight package instead.
Is this the same from earlier?
Yes, and the same one from his Hall of Fame induction ceremony.
Keep using it again and again.
Every great story has a beginning, middle, and end. But tonight, this story gets a new chapter.
Huge news for WWE's TLC pay-per-view event. For the first time in 11 years, WWE Hall of Famer and current Raw General Manager Kurt Angle will compete in a WWE ring. Due to medical issues, Roman Reigns will be unable to compete in the 5-on-3 handicap match main event. But as revealed on WWE.com this past Friday, the Olympic gold medalist will take Roman's place.
Here we go. There's the main event, like you said. Random video put in. And The Miz is coming out to the ring. Closely followed by The Bar. Well, to be fair, the entrances are going quite quick. We've just seen The Bar. Here comes the Monster Kane, the Demon. Is he Demon? Demon of Death Valley, I suppose. No, that's the Undertaker. And here comes the monster among men, Braun.
The devil's favourite playfield.
Yeah, here comes the big red monster.
That's it.
And
the monster among men.
Yeah. Braun Strowman, he is a big guy. And it's going to be 5 versus 3. I mean, these 5 men, very, very impressive. Got the Intercontinental Champion in there. You got the toughness of Sheamus, Cesaro. Sheamus, the former WWE Champion. All these men, apart from Cesaro... Oh, no, Strowman hasn't been champion, has he? 3 of these men have been WWE Champion. You got to credit that.
Dun, 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 dun. You suck. Well, Ambrose and Rollins are coming.
Here come the Shield.
2 of the Shields.
Yeah, but still Shield. You get the Shield music. They're in the Shield gear. Like I said, it may only be 2 of them in Ambrose and Rollins, but still, tag team champions.
So how ironic is it that Roman Reigns' music's playing, but he's not coming out?
And he's getting cheered.
Oh! Angle has joined him. He's got the tactical gear on. No gold medals around his neck.
No. You know what I'm laughing at, though?
What?
It looks like, you know when your dad dresses up like trick-or-treating?
Come on, son. He's on the Shield too.
He looks happier than his kids going trick-or-treating.
Has he still got it, though, James?
Well, this is a question we're going to find out. All joking aside, on what has been a really bad pay-per-view, we've seen the Shield come out. We wonder. I hope he doesn't do anything too crazy, because I do like Kurt Angle. But has he still got it? We're going to find out. One thing we need to know is predictions. And Dan, who have you gone for in the main event?
Sierra, Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Strowman.
Strowman Angle. I have gone as well. The Shield. There's no surprise about it. The Shield are just dominant, and even though... Do you think they're... Alright, question for you. Do you think they're better or worse, Kurt Angle being there instead of Roman Reigns?
Again, I think it's an interesting angle to take.
Hey!
If anyone, though, who else would you have replaced Roman with?
I might have switched the match and just had a tag team match instead of someone replacing them. If I had to pick someone to replace them, I would always go the Undertaker. But Kurt Angle's a great option to see. Let's hope he plays it safe. Let's see how this match goes. I don't know what to expect.
The Shield and Angle have surrounded the ring. They've all got chairs in their tactical gear. What's going to happen from this?
Oh, Rollins jumps in. Oh, my God.
Oh, and Angle's taken out Kane. Sheamus. Miz has run out of there like a bitch.
Well, Rollins is caught in a corner with Strowman. And
Kane's got Angle.
Oh, and now Ambrose with the chair to Strowman. Rollins got the chair now.
Oh, watch back with Rollins in a chair.
I guess these guys are the chairman of the WWE. Oh, my God.
Well, at least we've seen a weapon, and they are swelting away at Kane and Strowman. Oh, Strowman's finally gone down and out of the ring. Kane's the only one left standing.
Well, you wanted to see a T, an L, or a C. This makes up for your C's that you've seen tonight.
Well, I'm sat right next to a C.
I said you've seen a C tonight in Enzo rather than being horrible to me.
Yeah, I could have done, but I thought I'd use it on you instead.
Well, anyway, they have got the C's in hand, the chairs, and they're coming on Kane, and look at the reaction from the fans.
Yes, and the bar are getting back on the apron.
Oh, knocked down quickly, but Ambrose and Rollins have got an idea for that. Angle looks like an air traffic controller directing traffic. Oh!
And Rollins go flying through the rope, taking out Miz.
And now
they're encouraging Angle to go flying.
No, Kurt, don't. Well, they're telling Kurt what to do. Here you go. There's a ladder. He knows how to use a ladder, right? Well, he's got it. The Shield. We've got the ladder. Oh,
and all 3 of them take out the Miz and the Bar.
Well, now we've seen an L, and now we've got another L. Kurt.
He's certainly using the L. Kane's got Ambrose around the throat, but he gets saved by Rollins, and it's all been the Shield thus far in the match as Ambrose sends Kane tumbling to the outside.
I tell you, at this point in time,
it's almost like the Miz's team's the one at a disadvantage.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. You read my mind. As Ambrose and Rollins go to the outside, they seem to be in complete control of this. And don't forget, they made their debut in WWE. Yes, their first appearance, Survivor Series 2012. First match, TLC 2012, against Bryan, Kane, and Ryback. So the Shield know all about.
And Kane in the TLC match.
Kane, yeah, exactly. Kurt Angle. Let's pretend to the Shield tonight. Rollins and Ambrose got Kane. And a 48-year-old hits a 50-year-old with a ladder. This is the wrestlers in their prime.
Them two men are 100 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and they're rearranging some furniture now. Are they going to go for a patented triple powerbomb, or is it going to be an angle slam through the announce table? It's so unpredictable.
Maybe it's an angle poem.
Angle bomb. Yeah.
Angle bomb. Or a shield slam. Oh, that sounds quite cool, actually, shield slam. But the bar are back up.
Oh, Sheamus is back down. So is Cesaro on his balls.
Thank you for pointing that out. On the barricade, you're right. His balls are being caught. But Kane catches Ambrose with the uppercut.
Gives one to Rollins as well. And one to Angle.
One for Kurt, just for good times. And but Ambrose and Rollins using the chair to get back in control of Kane. And now, no, he's on the announce table.
Strowman comes and saves his big tall friend.
Tall friend.
Tall friend.
Well, Strowman's got Angle, and this, Angle here. Come on, he's not wrestled for 11 years. Strowman, do not hurt Kurt.
Don't hurt Kurt.
Don't hurt Kurt.
Don't hurt Kurt.
Hashtag don't hurt Kurt. Oh!
Well, is a Strowman bomb equal to or greater than a Shield bomb?
Oh, I don't know. Strowman is freakish, man. Wouldn't surprise me if he could take the Shield on single-handedly.
Well, he's taken a chair shot to the chest and back, and he's barely going down.
And they are just working on Strowman at the moment.
Bouncing head first into the ring post.
Well, I think that ring moved then.
It's certainly off centre.
They're going to get,
and they put it back into position.
That's nice, isn't it? But Kane's still on the announce table.
Strowman's almost on one now.
There we go. Ambrose Rollins directing traffic. Kurt, he's hit some great right hands in this match.
A chair shot. And one to Strowman, one to Kane. Where's the Bar and the Miz?
Well, they got taken out about 5 minutes ago, don't forget, so it takes a long time.
Oh, dual ladders set up now, one over each announcer table.
It takes a long time for multi-man matches, people to recover. Look at the crowd. They're yesing
Rollins
now.
Going up one, Ambrose going up another.
Oh, my God.
Where's Sami Zayn when you need him?
Well, they're brothers in arms now. Now they're brothers in air.
Well, both men hit their mark. I think Seth hit his knee. And Angle's like, fuck that for a game of soldiers.
I tell you, might make a good replacement for Kurt Angle. Be thinking, what about Daniel Bryan?
Yes.
No, that would be a reaction and a half. But at the moment, it's Kurt, and Rollins and Ambrose. So that's how clever that is, though. Taking themselves out to put Strowman and Kane down, but...
Look at Angle, though. He's loving it, winding up his arm.
Do you think he's saying that they wouldn't let me moonsault off of the ladder?
Kurt Angle is certainly holding his own as he's wailing on Miz with... Well, Miz has insulted him and his son, called him a bad father. I think this is Kurt's way of getting a bit of revenge.
Exactly, and he throws the Miz back in.
But the Bar's coming into his rescue.
And this is what we didn't want to see. Cesaro got the chair.
Straight to the midsection. Strowman takes 10 chair shots, barely drops to a knee. Angle takes one and he's out for a month.
He's been out 11 years, damn it. And now look at the assault. And Angle's been taken out now by Sheamus. And this is what we wanted to see. God damn, it's all meant to be about the Shield coming back. Now we're seeing a Hall of Famer getting destroyed by one of the informed tag teams. And what are they doing with that ladder?
Setting up in the corner and super kicking it straight into Angle's midsection.
Well, maybe that vest he was given earlier by Rollins and Ambrose might be a little bit handy there. But still, not going to protect you against that cold, hard steel.
Yeah, seen a table, though. We've seen an announce table, but we've not seen a table.
Oh, you've seen 2 announce tables go through. Surely that's not enough.
Don't call me early. Not enough for me.
All right, well, we'll see what happens.
Are they attempting the Shield bomb?
Oh, you piece of shit, Miz. He likes stealing people's moves.
But Rollins and Ambrose in to break up that before it got anywhere.
Well, they were out of it, and then they heard the ooh-ah. They thought, Reigns is back, and then they realised it wasn't.
It was just a Miz.
Yeah, it's just a Miz. Sounds like the Reigns. Sounds like the Reigns? Sounds like Roman.
But I'm sure Miz got less booze.
Yeah. Cesaro doesn't know how to handle an announce table.
Picks it up and then
He likes dropping it, yeah. But he dropped it down on Rollins' head. Hey!
Suplex City. 3 Germans and a release.
Here comes Sheamus.
Hey!
Release Sheamus out the ring. Here comes Cesaro.
German release for him as well. Come on, your turn, you big bitch. And Angle's all fired up, certainly not missing a beat.
Well, Kane.
Oh, Kane's just set up.
It's got to be Kane.
Get a load of this one.
You still got a chance from the crowd. And Kane's going to give it to Angle.
Go on. Oh. Kane managing to fight out of Angle's German attempt.
Oh.
Grabs him by the throat.
Choke slam.
Angle breaks it, going for the ankle. Break it, damn it, break it.
And he's got it in. What a moment. Kurt put the ankle lock in for the first time in the WWE in 11 years.
Oh, Kurt getting taken out by Braun Strowman for the first time in 11 years.
Yeah. No.
Angle getting thrown into the barricade for the first time in 11 years.
It was a moment there of Angle doing it. It felt like times of old. You know what I mean? It made me miss. Sure, he wasn't dressed up like a member of the Shield at Halloween.
I want to see him straps down.
I want to see an Angle slam, for fuck's sake. We've seen an Angle lock. And Strowman takes him out. And now Strowman's got Kurt Angle up.
Oh. No.
Oh, don't run in power slam. No. No. Oh.
Oh.
You bastard. You wanted a fucking table. And look what happened.
I got one.
Strowman puts Angle through. A poor old man has just been through.
That's why he is the monster among men. He doesn't give a fuck.
Well, Angle did well in the match, I think.
They're calling for a stretcher. And I think he might have broken a hip or two.
Like I said, Kurt did well on his return, but there you go, it's over now. But it is 5-on-2. Well, no, is that the Miz's leg there? So
bring the defibrillator.
You look, the Miz, look.
He just sat there.
He's smirking.
He's not smoking, he's just got a grin on his face.
Yeah, look, he's looking at Angle thinking, this is what I've done. I shouldn't laugh at him, but it looks like he's giving birth, Kurt Angle.
Angle's injured face is brilliant.
Yeah. A faraway look in his eyes.
Oh. But Ambrose and Rollins trying to take out the monster among men. But I think the numbers game's going to take its toll.
Oh. Especially if Cesaro and Miz got chairs. You don't need chairs.
It's a 4-on-2 assault now, and Kane's just watching on. Kane loves this devastation.
Oh, my God. Well, predictions might be wrong on this one, because at the moment, Ambrose and Rollins been taught a lesson here. This is numbers of Magic Shield.
But on the Shield.
Exactly. What? On the Shield? Exactly. I never thought I'd see this. Not in my 11 years as a wrestling fan.
And Kane, sidewalk slam on Rollins.
Well, this is just a matter of time.
It is. Angle's being assisted to the back.
Are they doing this because Roman Reigns is going to come out here, do you reckon? And he's going to take the place of Kurt? Fans are going to go crazy. Go banana. You see, the problem is with Kurt coming back as well and being the way he is, people are probably thinking, I don't know if that's a genuine injury or not. You know, like, at the moment, we're not sure. Kurt looks pretty battered at the moment. I'm not sure, but I tell you what I'm sure about. These 5 guys looking at the hard camera. Yeah, we're on. Yeah, that's cool. We're just waiting around. The action's kind of stopped at the moment, but Rollins in a bit of trouble.
Oh, standing first into the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
Oh, look busy.
There you go. Look at Miz just taking his time.
Well, Miz is the ringleader in this beatdown. He doesn't need to... Oh, look, he's introducing Rollins to a chair that he's strategically sat up in the corner. Oh, head first.
I'm not impressed at the moment. I'm really not. Yeah, we're saying no kind of moves. This is just the worst kind of, like, fighting that we've got. Yeah, we've seen about 100 chair shots. Again, the chair used. A couple of Irish whips.
I remember when a chair beating over someone's head once, there'd be a fucking bloodbath.
Well, is that not only that, but I remember the fucking belt shot would knock someone out for days. You know that? And then now chairs are useless.
Chairs barely knock people down to one knee.
Well, Sheamus holding Ambrose. Here comes Cesaro holding Ambrose. Sheamus off the top. Again, just beating him down. There's no point having a long match if it doesn't need to be fucking long. Do you know what I mean? You don't need a half-hour main event if it's going to be shit. And this is the problem as well, is the fact is, because it is a one-match show, they feel like they have to have a fucking half-hour-long event. I mean, what are we getting from this at the moment, apart from the kind of the toughness of the Rollins and Ambrose, just getting beaten down? It feels like an extended Raw segment.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, for your chair shot counter, 50.
Oh, my word.
And it's just like the past 11 years on WWE. No Kurt Angle.
Exactly. No Angle to come. I mean, Angle's comeback was well, wasn't it? He's gone off He's gone off with the doctors.
Well, he might have concussion. He could have internal bleeding. We just do not know.
Anything could have happened to Kurt, and this is the worrying thing of him coming back after 11 years.
And especially at his age.
Exactly, being involved. If we knew there was going to be chances, it might sacrifice himself being GM. I don't think this is going to be less bad, to be fair. Thank God we had the AJ Finn Balor match. And here comes Strowman.
Oh, and Seth's managing to fight his way out of a 5-on-2 disadvantage.
Well, Strowman wasn't tough enough. He had to he had to deal with Kane and The Miz. Kane's got the chair.
Oh, accidentally hit Strowman.
Does Strowman know who done it? Oh, I think he does.
He knows damn well who done it.
Yeah, I think he does.
Oh, Strowman shoves Kane. We don't want distinction.
Well, The Miz just pleading with Kane. Saying if it'll be alright.
Oh, and Seth Rollins and Ambrose back into it. I think they should have just let it get wrapped other than jumping in.
Yeah, they made it worse because now Kane and Strowman are going to forget their problems and beat the shit out of Ambrose and Rollins now. But when did logic or story matter in the WWE?
It's true. It's damn true.
We have a story here tonight, and the story is it doesn't matter.
And now they're working together as if the shove and the accidental chair shot didn't happen at all.
But Strowman, yeah, exactly. Strowman holding Ambrose. Sheamus and Cesaro setting up the table. Cesaro, Sheamus got Ambrose. Oh,
double Celtic cross, and they leg of the table. Nice one, you pair of fucking idiots. Can't even do a fucking table spot properly.
And the Miz say, let's set it up differently.
You fucked up. You fucked up.
I like Ambrose though. That kind of, I would say, he is smirking Ambrose with a punishment.
Oh, he's not going to be smirking anymore.
No, Strowman has put Ambrose through at the second attempt, and now they're going to do the same to Rollins. Would this match have been any different if Roman Reigns was involved in this? That's what we ask ourselves. Would it have been like a,
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, I think Reigns might have been, like, out here at this moment in time.
What's he doing? Well, something's reversing.
Oh, what the fuck is that? What is that? Is it an ambulance? It is, isn't it? What the fuck is that doing out here?
Why are they bringing out a dust cart? I don't get it.
And why's the Miz got control of it? Why has the Miz got control of
it? It's like, I can understand Austin and his beer truck, Angle and his milk truck, but...
And again,
the Miz and a dump truck.
Yeah, I would. Then again, Miz, has been called rubbish in the past, I suppose. But you expect Enzo to be driving for an extra $5 an hour.
Yeah, he'd be driving a sewage truck.
Yeah, what wrestlers would drive what trucks? Diesel, obviously, we know.
He'd drive a petrol truck.
Yeah, it would drive a Mini. Yeah. Anyway, they're going to put...
It's Duke the Dumpster Drives.
Oh, I remember him. And Rollins and Ambrose have just been looking to be finished here.
Oh, they're trying to fight their way out of it. They don't want to be turned into garbage. They don't want to be compacted.
Exactly, into that little cube thing that you see in car park. And where are Ambrose and Rollins going?
Oh, and they've just taken out Strowman, Kane, Sheamus and Cesaro.
Now, that was impressive off the top of that construction. The thing I love about it is they practice jumping off that dump truck early in the day. Yeah. Can we do it? Yeah, we can.
Oh, and they're chasing the Miz back to the ring area, who is prone and all alone. Oh, he's trying to get through the crowd, but Ambrose grabs hold of him.
Well, I tell you something. Rollins and Ambrose recovered quickly, didn't they, from their tables and
ladders and
chairs problem. But now, 2-on-1, and Miz, do you like apples, huh? How do you like them apples?
You like nuts? How do you like these nuts?
Yeah.
And they're dragging him back up to where the other competitors are.
Well, I would have gone into the ring by, 2-on-1 in the ring. But maybe they got other plans. We've got all these ladders and tables set up in the entranceway. Will they be used here? You would hope so, because otherwise it's just a waste then, isn't it? Like you got a nice spread of food out. You want to kind of sample all
Eat
of it.
all.
Well, yeah. Especially try you nuts. Oh, Kane's up.
And he takes down Rollins and Ambrose with one punch each.
Kane is a monster. Let's not forget this. Got two goddamn monsters in this match.
Oh, but Rollins and Ambrose wailing away at Kane. Can he withstand the two members of the Shield? Looking for a suplex attempt. But they're saved by Strowman after Kane accidentally hit him with a chair.
Yeah, everything's fine now. Let's forget about it. I'm helping you out. Braun lays out Ambrose and Rollins.
Kane's just hit Strowman. He's like, thanks for saving me. You're a cunt. What's going on here?
Why has Kane grabbed Braun Strowman? He's got him up. Choke slam.
Off the stage.
Off the stage or through the stage. That wasn't carefully constructed earlier either. I mean, that is a shock.
But why has Kane done this? His hair looks really weird as well, like a bouffant.
Yeah, well, it's a wig, isn't it? It comes off in a mask. Well, sorry, Michael. We just said incredible, but we have to see replay. Okay, he's got him up. Great camera angle, guys. Make sure the announce table's in the way.
Oh, the elevation Kane got. All 2.5 inches of it.
2.5 inches is quite a lot, actually. But Kane, it's not the size. What you do with it? It's Strowman through the damn stage. We don't know why, but now Kane
has sent him to the depths of hell.
He has, and he's helped out the Shield.
Why? Why? God damn it!
Booker asking it. We're asking it. Grab one of those chairs that's dangling down.
Oh, but Strowman grabs hold of Kane's big size 14.5 foot.
Well, Strowman's alive. He's alive. He's got hold of the chair. I said, just pull one chair down.
And Kane pulls a chair and about 20 of them come crashing down, and it's certainly hurting Strowman inside.
Well, Kane here has been ever so lucky with the stage and instruments, hasn't he? You know, what are the chances? All the chairs coming down at the same time, and Strowman, no.
10 chairs?
There must have been about 35 chairs there, Dan, you're right.
At least 50.
I think about 100 chairs came flying down. Look at that camera position, just in the right angle, not to be broken. Do you remember that main event we were going to watch with the Shield versus the Bar, the Miz?
Oh,
It was going to be good, wasn't it? And then it turned into the Kane-Strowman match. I think the match is still going on. We're not sure. We've not seen anybody in a long time.
Oh, everyone's just been laying down.
Oh, yeah, they'll take the rest.
In the exact same position as they was when they left 5 minutes ago.
Oh, but Kane is still on team Miz, shall we call?
But Ambrose and Rollins fighting back against Kane. The Miz has done absolutely fuck all in this match.
I'd never thought I'd dislike a match as much with Ambrose and Rollins in fucking Shield attire. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's making me question them. But the Miz sent into the screen.
Do you think it looks so awful because they had actually planned for Reigns to be in it and it to be completely different?
Yeah, I think that's what it is, really. But Kane,
double choke slamming of the Shield. Well, one through a table, the other, I think he's smashed his head on a metal bar of the table. Not the bar, as in Sheamus and Cesaro, but a bar on the table.
Well, speaking of Lee Bar, they've just shown up. But, I mean, Kane has been destructive at best here.
And that's 2 tables that have unsuccessfully gone through. Both Dean Ambrose involved.
I think Rollins, that Rollins who got the worst of it at the table didn't break. I mean...
No, Ambrose, leg buckled again.
And never did Rollins' fucking table over there.
Yeah, did it snapped in half there. There's one half on the floor to your right, just by the ladder.
That's Ambrose's table.
No, it's not. Ambrose's leg buckled.
Well,
Don't fucking get to me about tables. Minge eating mothers.
I tell you what, I am not rewinding it because I cannot be fucking bothered to watch any more of this match than I have to. But we'll agree to disagree there because it looks to be over now anyway. Sheamus has got Seth Rollins. Dean Ambrose shoulders. Not easy to say. He's alive.
Strowman is alive.
He's alive.
Ambrose's arms cut open. We've seen some blood.
He's alive.
And everyone turning their attention to Strowman.
He's been chokeslammed through a stage. He looks like my dog. Kane at the moment looks like my dog when I make a weird sound. And he's not sure what you just heard. And Strowman's up. I don't know how he is. And what's the Miz saying to him? Don't hurt the man that just beat you up for no reason whatsoever. Strowman got hit with a chair. Oh, my God.
And the Miz is crying after being thrown into a stage. Cesaro takes a right hand to the head.
And now Strowman zeroing in on Kane. Well, the Miz clubbing... Let's say the Miz. Strowman clubbing down on Kane. He's going to pick the big man up.
Oh, looking for a running power slam. But Cesaro and Sheamus with the save on Kane, resulting in them getting hit. And the Miz runs away from every fight, but runs towards Braun Strowman. That's why I love WWE, because it makes a lot of sense. And now all 4 members of Team Miz are taking out Strowman.
But why would they do that? Why? I mean, I know the bar got hit by Strowman, but Strowman was going after Kane, not them. I mean, if he'd have knocked Kane out, he might have been on their team. But like you said, doesn't matter, because the 4 of them throw Strowman in to the garbage truck.
No, you're crushing him.
Oh, no!
Holy shit!
What the fuck has that guy just done?
He's just killed the monster among men.
I think only the Miz realises what they've done. They've just murdered a man. We've not seen a wrestler's death on pay-per-view since Owen Hart Over the Edge 1999. And my God, here at TLC 2017, this is sickening, Dan. I have never seen a more heinous act. Well, apart from Kurt Angle saying he's going to be in the match, being in the first 5 or 10 minutes, and then not being in there at all. But, hey, I didn't pay money to watch it on pay-per-view. I'm just a network subscriber.
But now they're going to concentrate on the matter in hand, and that is the Shield. And they're dragging Rollins back towards the ring.
Is that match happening still? Fucking hell.
The Miz stealing someone else's moves, and I don't think we're supposed to see Dean Ambrose crawling his way back towards the ring.
I didn't see it. I don't know what you're talking about. Seth Rollins...
And Kane not playing ball.
Seth Rollins in serious trouble. Kane just taking his time getting there. Oh. Miz lays out Rollins with a DDT.
Irish curse with a Cesaro assist.
Going for the pin.
1, 2. Oh! Ambrose, who no one saw coming, breaks up the 3 attempt, and now he just gets stomped on by all 4 members of Team Miserable.
Where did he come from? I can't believe Ambrose stopped Rollins. That was a shock. And now I'm shocked he's getting beaten down for his efforts.
Well, James, you are the shock master.
Well, Kane... Oh, wait a minute!
Angle's music hits. Everyone's looking in on stunned silence.
I know, you're shocked. You can't even talk. And he sucks, but he's coming out here and he looks in no condition to perform at the moment.
Well, he's in better condition than Strowman.
Oh, my God!
Back drops 1. Dodges a bro kick.
Oh, Angle!
Angle slam!
First time in 11 years. Angle slam. He's got Cesaro.
Second time in 11 years.
No, first time for a table in 11 years. Angle slam. My
Come on,
God.
I want to see the straps come down for the first time in 11 years.
Well, Kane's going to face off with Kurt Angle. First time in 12 years. This is... Oh, my God.
Ducks Kane, but gets taken out on Kane's second attempt.
Well, now Kane, who's been dominant, he's just killed Braun Strowman, looking to put away Kurt Angle. Oh, my God.
Not with a man who's got a broken freaking neck.
Oh, Ambrose is back up.
Oh, the save by Ambrose. And chair shot by Rollins.
They've got chairs. Yes. Yeah.
We haven't seen enough chairs.
Oh, my God. And Ambrose and Rollins. Oh, hey!
Boom. Both men spear Kane barricade.
Look, the barricade had to be broken and Reigns weren't there, so they had to use Rollins and Ambrose to get the job done. Kane is out.
Look at the Miz.
Look at the way he's looking over the top.
He's stalking Kurt Angle.
Where everybody else is down.
Skull crushing finale.
No! Oh!
Boom! Hits it.
Fuck.
1, 2.
Oh!
Angle out.
And I'll tell you something, Angle's got one of my favourite kick-outs ever. Last second, you think, oh, and he does it. And the Miz can't believe it.
He's arguing with the ref as opposed to beating Angle with a chair.
Well, he's got 1 or 2 chairs to use right then.
Skull crushing finale onto one of them 2 chairs.
Exactly. I mean, just imagine the damage on the both. Here we go. He's moving the chairs out of the way.
USA chant.
Of course it is. Kurt Angle's pure Americano.
Skull crushing finale onto a chair.
Back in 96.
Angle ducks it.
Oh!
Angle lock. And the Miz is squealing like a bitch. Is he going to steal this move after the match? We do not know. Because the match hasn't ended yet.
And no, it hasn't. The Miz looked like he was going to tap. But oh my fucking God.
Kicks out and Angle takes a nasty bump through. Nearly goes for a table there as well.
Did Angle forget how to go through a rope?
Well, it's the first time in 11 years we've seen Angle ejected from the ring. Such a manner.
But that's the first time in his whole career I've seen Angle go out that way. I mean, that's an Enzo Amore way to leave the ring.
But the new hounds of justice are surrounding the Miz.
Well, I think the Bar are out. We know Strowman's gone. Kane was destroyed through the barricade. Miz caught. Curtain hard place. Uh-oh.
Oh, a knee. Dirty deeds.
Yay!
An Angle slam. It's the first time in 11 years we've seen an Angle slam in the ring.
To the Miz. And now, for the first time ever,
thumbs up, thumbs down. I think he's got
Evolution
as opposed to the Shield.
Doesn't matter. At least Kurt's trying, bless him.
Oh
my God. Kurt screaming. We're going to see the Shield bomb.
For the first time ever.
Oh!
Triple power bomb. Angle with the cover. 2, 3. And Team Shield win the match.
My word. My word.
Your word.
Thankfully, that as Kurt, Rollins and Ambrose celebrate, we've got to talk about it. What do you think of the match?
Where do I begin?
No, it wasn't.
I mean, for nostalgia's sake, yeah, Angle. Good to see him back in the ring. But I would like to have seen it under different circumstances. Having a proper match. We know Angle is a fucking amazing wrestler. Whether he's 50 or 500, he's still going to be able to go toe-to-toe with a majority of the best in the ring. Again, WWE logic. Kane coming back, helping Strowman beat Roman to be in the match, only to take Strowman out of the match.
When you say like that, it doesn't make sense.
Pretty much costing his team the match.
Yeah.
Typical Miz in a match. He's pretty much avoided almost everything, but gets all three of the men's finishers and a Shield bomb to him.
But the thing is,
too many chairs.
Yeah.
Too many ladder botches.
Yeah.
Too many table botches.
Yeah.
Sorry. Ladders. That was quite entertaining. Seeing them both dual coming off, going through an announce table.
Oh yeah, at the moment, yeah, that was alright. Yeah, but that seemed like a long time ago.
It's really, really fucking confused me as why a dump truck was introduced into the match. There was no premise to it in the build-up or any of these guys. You know, they have nothing to do with dump trucks whatsoever. Why? It's completely beyond me. What else can I say?
All right, my turn. No, let me have a go at it. I think it was boring, first and foremost. I think if you had the first 10 minutes of the match, don't have Kurt Angle's injury, and you have the Kurt Angle injury and you only do it for a couple of minutes, have him recover whilst he's outside, get back in the ring, do it that way. The last 5 minutes were kind of entertaining. The first 5 or 10 minutes were kind of entertaining. Everything else is really, really bad. People waiting for their moments. Like I said, lots of botches, lots of chair shots. You just got bored after a while. They were yesing at the start, and then in the middle, like they were doing it. What happened with Strowman and Kane? Don't know. Don't care. And I think this main event kind of sums up for me that, I mean, with Kurt Angle, to be put here, yes, it's good, but Angle part of the Shield is not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see something else. I didn't think he looked comfortable being there like that. It's worrying especially when he comes out the ring and bumps his head and you think, oh, for fuck's sake, you don't do something serious. He's got that look in his eyes as well. I'm going to be weird about it, but he's got that kind of look that he doesn't know what the fuck's going on. And this Kurt Angle of old would never have that look. And it seems Angle now has kind of got that look of saying, oh shit, I'm not sure what's going on. And when Shawn Michaels returned, he didn't miss a fucking step when he came back. And I'm not comparing, maybe you can compare the two. Angle's been away a little bit longer. But for me, it just seemed a bit of a cop-out in the end. I think with Reigns in there, it would have been a better match. It would have been a little bit more coherent. Still think they would have done the Strowman and Kane thing. Apart from that, no one really impressed me in that match. I think if you sum up the card as a whole, there was only one shining light, and that's Balor versus AJ. Everything else was just awful, wasn't it, really?
Most definitely, yes. Yeah, you've summed it up perfectly. You know, it was probably one of the worst pay-per-views of the year, but one of the most highly anticipated coming into it.
I know. It's really. That's what's about it.
I think we'd built it up so high in the build-up to it that it's actually just gone worse than we could expect.
It's awful. It's awful. It's even worse than the kind of the Great Balls of Fire and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, for me, I mean, we talk about first off, easy award, match of the night.
Oh, obviously AJ versus Balor.
Yeah, AJ Balor. I mean, out of we do it out of 10 for that match. What would you give that match out of 10? I'm interested.
I'd probably give it an 8.
Yeah, I was thinking 8 as well. I mean, if it's a title on the line and like a better setting,
indeed,
I think, you know,
because I think build up brings a lot into the match as well. You know, and I know it was thrown together, and I know, you know, you can't help people being ill or injured, and you know, for that to take the place of probably what would have been a dull and droll Bray Wyatt versus Balor match, you know, for these two wrestlers, you know, that have never seen each other in a ring, you know, they've never faced off, they still had amazing chemistry, which proves both wrestlers are capable of having great matches with absolutely anyone.
Yeah, I think without doubt, I think this proves that if Balor gets treated right on Raw, he can be better. Well, not better than AJ, but you know, Raw's AJ Styles, because Styles just looked so good there. Goes back to SmackDown with a feather in his cap. And it proves now how reliant WWE are on AJ Styles to pull out a good match as well. You know, we've seen him in certain positions where it's like, put Styles in there, we know he's going to have a good match. And to only be here for, you know, nearly 2 years, and to kind of have that impact in WWE just speaks volumes for him. Right, so rating out of 10 for the pay-per-view then.
6.5. And all of that is for the AJ Styles. It was quite an entertaining TLC match. A good bit of nostalgia seeing Kurt Angle. Not sure about him coming out in Shield tack vests. As I said before, you know, it did sound quite exciting when they handed one over to him. You know, it wasn't as good as it should have been with Roman Reigns. You know, I miss Roman Reigns in it, to be honest.
Yeah, I know, and I never thought we'd say that, ever. I honestly never thought we'd say that. But that is, yeah, I'm going to go, it was the worst pay-per-view I've seen in a very long time. A very, very long time. I'm very disappointed by Asuka's treatment. Very disappointed in the main event. The only thing that saved it was the Styles Balor. But I think I wasn't tuned into the first half. I might need to rewatch it because just all this stuff going along was a bit, you know what I mean, zoned out. But anyway, Dan, let's piss you off a little bit before we move on to Raw talk, because I've got to do the end of predictions. I'm not going to gloat about it too much, but I will say it is, I think, my first ever perfect score on a W pay-per-view. It ends 8-6. So I do get another win. It goes 12-6 on the pay-per-views. We'll see what happens at Survivor Series. That is the next time we're going to be watching the pay-per-view, and we'll be live for that on the pre-show or the kickoff, if you were. And of course, that is the 19th of November. We'll be live for the 18th of November as well. NXT TakeOver. So we move on to Raw talk.
Well, Renee Young and Peter Rosenberg welcome us to the show and put over the main event as a fun spectacle.
Fuck you.
We was clearly watching different main events then. Or did they think the main event was the was the AJ versus Demon match?
Maybe they switched off afterwards.
They know it was the first time Angle has stepped in a WWE ring in 11 years.
I don't know if we mentioned it. Did we mention it?
I don't think we did.
I don't know. I'll have to listen back to it. Yeah.
Well, despite being taken away early in the match.
Yeah, and sorry, they said how impressive he looked. I might have overtalked you on that. AJ Styles joins the show. He admits his match with Finn Balor had no build-up, but was just good. Styles runs down the process to get into WTLC. He got the call, performed Friday night, got on a plane right afterwards and competed tonight. He says, I created a special match even with and seems to be proud of their effort. Styles said he was happy to see the positive response from fans once the match was announced. And Rosenberg notes that ultimately Styles lost the match. Yeah, no shit, we know he lost. And Styles said he makes no excuses, and he has fought demons his entire life, and spiritually won't let them cripple him. And won't let this demon cripple him either. When asked about Survivor Series, Styles says SmackDown Live is the best roster possibly ever, and they have a lot of hungry guys and girls to put on the best show, period. Styles reiterates he couldn't pass up the opportunity and makes his exit.
Well, Rosenberg admits he's a mark for AJ Styles as we quickly transition to our next guest. Interesting to note that the superstars don't appear to have production earpieces in tonight.
Yeah, and up next is your favourite Raw Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss. Dan, what can you tell me about her?
Well, Alexa Bliss joins the show. She puts Mickey over, but gloats she ultimately won. And Alexa notes she won her first title against Becky Lynch at last year's WWE TLC and retained versus Mickie James tonight. And not many people can say they've accomplished that feat. When asked about Survivor Series, Bliss says she's the leader of the red brand, but Raw has the better roster. Rosenberg asks her about a relationship with the other women on the roster. She says it doesn't matter if they get along because she's the leader, because she has the championship. Renee asks her about Charlotte, who she's yet to go against, and she mentioned the WWE draft when people are worried about Raw Women's roster after Charlotte left, and she moves to the third person saying Alexa Bliss happened. Bliss puts herself over once again while running down the host.
That's what you say to Alexa Bliss when you come on the face. Damn what just happened. Young and Roseberg continue to talk about Alexa's strategy when forming an alliance with the other Raw women as Survivor Series approaches. Of course, the big news we got tonight as well, I should say, we didn't mention on pay-per-view, that Survivor Series has been announced. It's going to be Raw versus SmackDown. But then they move on to talk about Asuka's debut. Rosenberg puts Asuka over big time, was in awe of seeing her work in person. Rosenberg mentions Asuka's 523-day reign. Peter makes sure Bliss is gone before stating that Asuka just doesn't lose. He then puts over Emma's effort in the match as the GM approaches.
Kurt Angle does indeed join the show. He says it felt great to be back. He puts over the guys in the match and said it was an honour to be part of the Shield tonight. Rosenberg mentions the network documentary and how he knew he wanted to come back. Angle admits he didn't think it would be soon. He says since he feels as good as he does now, he hopes there's more matches in the future. Angle is now 48 years old and clean of drugs and alcohol for 4.5 years. He says he's not getting any younger and he's had the time of his life tonight and has a few Angle slams left. Although he's happy with his performance, he wishes he could have given more to Ambrose and Rollins and never wanted to leave their side. When asked how the show went overall with the last minute changes, Angle mentions how proud he is of his roster. He says he feels good about Team Raw at Survivor Series and this roster is better than the Attitude Era. When asked about future matches, he joked to get approval from his wife.
Well, Young and Roseberg thank Angle for joining the show, hype Brock Lesnar's appearance tomorrow on Raw, and bid us goodbye. So, boom with Raw talk there. Angle, I'll tell you what, Angle's a bit open in that, talking about his alcohol abuse and stuff like that and age. Fair play to him. But we move on to a bit of news. And during the WTLC pay-per-view to ask about Austin Aries. What? Aries tweeted a photo of himself with Enzo Amore walking in the background. Now, I wouldn't say it was taken backstage, but the photo was posted during Amore's match with Kalisto. So, if anything, Aries is probably trolling.
It reminds me of the photo that got Jimmy Jacobs fired, so maybe that was the joke he was going for. Anyway, Aries is booked for shows for the next 6 months, so I doubt that he'll be looking to hang out backstage at a WWE show.
Well, we asked who could replace Kurt Angle, and why was Kurt Angle allowed to compete at TLC pay-per-view while Daniel Bryan has had to wait until his contract expires before he can wrestle again.
All wrestlers need to go through the WWE-approved doctors in Pittsburgh before they can be cleared to wrestle. Angle happens to live in that area, so it made sense to have him checked to see if he was a viable option for the pay-per-view. Once he was cleared, WWE made the announcement on social media. There was no other wrestlers considered for the slot after Angle was cleared, and the rumours about Daniel Bryan being called are very untrue.
Well,
Bryan's untrue.
Bryan's issues are different, as with previous concussion lawsuits that have been filed by former wrestlers, and the company does not want anything that might cause a legal issue for them. Legally, it would not make sense to clear Bryan for in-ring action because of his concussion history, and because WWE-approved Dr. Joseph Maroon will not clear him.
The match at TLC was designed in a way to protect Angle from taking crazy bumps. Kane, for example, gently placed Angle down in the ring after a tombstone attempt, and Braun Strowman protected Angle when he executed a running power slam through the table.
Well, Angle appeared on Raw Talk and said that the door is open for him to wrestle again, and next time he will be in better cardio shape. His match on Sunday was first since March when he wrestled Alberto Del Rio at a WCPW show. And also AJ Styles has said that the Too Sweet at TLC was not a shot at the Young Bucks, and we talk about shots at the what happened at TLC. We got onto Raw results, and you know the show started with Kurt Angle acting of friendliness and sports. Thanked AJ Styles for joining Raw for a night. He thanked Shane McMahon for allowing AJ to join Raw for a night, and when they were in need.
And then Shane McMahon led a damn siege on Monday Night Raw.
Well, the SmackDown roster assaulted and destroyed everyone. Titus Worldwide, and in turn, men, women, faces, heels. No one was safe. Styles himself got in on the beating of the two men he tagged with to start the show. And I didn't see Chad Gable sprint to get the first shot.
Oh, still a bit of bitterness there. And then they dragged Kurt over to see the destruction. They led him straight to Shane himself, still casually enjoying his time in the ring.
Well, how humiliated Angle must feel. How furious.
Well, this was a really welcome return to an era that's passed us by. There was blood-boilingly cruel and unnecessary. It was a statement that Shane doesn't give a damn about Raw. As far as he's concerned, this is now a weekly war.
But the fans are now dead because, you know, we saw the interaction from Raw and SmackDown, and all of a sudden, all these SmackDown guys that have had problems are now teaming together. We saw Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler, didn't we? They're together. We saw Baron Corbin and Ty Dillinger, and we are just like, have they forgotten this now? Have they forgotten that they're actually storylines now, or are they just like forgetting them for 3 weeks and then go back to normal? And when did Raw versus SmackDown become that important? When did it become part of a SmackDown roster? You care about it, you know?
Well, you know, they waited until after TLC. If it was such a big issue, why would Shane lend AJ Styles to Raw?
Well, exactly. And why would he go if you're happy to be on SmackDown? That was the main story. We also have, like we said, we had Kurt Angle announcing that Survivor SmackDown Live.
Well, The Miz is a victim. The Miz deserves better, you know, normal Miz stuff. He came out with backup, of course, to rant at Angle and to trying to beat up our Olympic GM. Angle weren't going to let that happen, and it gave Angle the perfect opportunity to set up a 6-man tag team match. Who could be the Shield's third man, however?
Like we said, it was AJ Styles, and this match was fun. The contest went through 2 commercial breaks and featured 6 awesome wrestlers. Of course it was fun. There's no real story beyond it. When is there? And Angle immediately breaking free of the Raw vs SmackDown narrative to 6 Styles onto The Miz.
And hey, who can blame him?
That's fine. The Shield would not yield. Oh, come on, if you could do better. Picked up with a win in a great match. AJ got the hot tag and the crowd went nuts. There was some post-match shenanigans, love that word, involving Kane that we'll get to, but more 6-man tags like this, please.
Also, they mentioned how AJ Styles was on loan. Can we do that more often once all this Raw versus SmackDown stuff is over? I think that would be awesome.
Well, you heard it through Fire and Brimstone. Kane, they called him a monster among men. But look, this promo wasn't good. And the match after with Finn Balor was quite baffling. Balor's been kept away from the biggest guys in the Raw roster for a while now. Considering he wants Lesnar, this was a good opportunity to give a taste that he can hang with those sort of guys.
And bluntly, he didn't. This was a pretty basic 5-minute thrashing for Kane, and it feels really wrong from my perspective. I get that we have to build Kane for Braun, but do we really? Look, we all know Kane's just there, right? He's the fool guy. He's the guy who looks the part. Building him for Strowman seems like a waste. We all know Strowman's going to devour him, but please don't feed Balor to him. No, you know, you could have chucked anyone at all.
Anybody in there. But it annoys me that they have to act like Kane really is a threat. And that Balor was sacrificed for a cause with limited return after that amazing match he had last night. The appeal is always going to be Braun, but not Kane. I mean, we're really supposed to take Kane seriously. Really? And if the rumours were true, that we heard that because they did the Too Sweet sign after the match, that it was Balor's punishment. I mean, people were saying it's not. It's just Vince McMahon has lost it, which is even fucking worse.
Yes.
Anyway, we talk about funny things. What did Angle say about Jinder Mahal? He announced it, didn't he?
Well, he didn't announce Jinder Mahal. He announced Jinder Mahal.
Well, Jinder Mahal will face Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. Who would have bought that? And Paul Heyman was on the microphone. Tell us on Jinder Mahal? No, he tore him down instead. The point of contention was Mahal even daring to dispute the claim that Lesnar is the best, especially when Mahal himself only squeaked by Orton and Nakamura.
Mahal's not even a pretender to be to being a credible threat to Lesnar and Heyman let him have it. Man, it was short, it was sweet. That was probably the best they could do here too. Because who of us actually view him as a threat to Lesnar? Even with the Singh brothers.
No.
It's Jinder's job to build himself up, to make himself look credible. He has to earn Brock's attention.
Heyman promised a bloody gruesome beating, and that's pretty great. I'll talk about Angle again. There's something really poetic about Angle immediately dropping a SmackDown versus Raw thing just to beat up the Miz. That's how the world is supposed to be, folks.
Of course, we learned how woefully unprepared he was for what happened later. Perhaps he was still in the afterglow of competing for the first WWE ring in 11 years and forgot what Shane's like. Well, now he knows.
Elsewhere, Asuka defeated Emma. Emma still wasn't ready. Asuka showed why she rocks, but these immediate rematches always seem lazy. Really? The crowd wasn't nearly as hot as Sunday night. Mitigating returns, WWE, let me know when it's time for Asuka versus Alexa.
Well, Bliss calls out the Cat Lady. The two brands, only one goddess. Got it? Good. And yes, Alexa, I'd watch AJ and Finn stare into each other's eyes all night long, and I'm sure someone's writing fan fiction right now.
Mickie James then came out to give Alexa something she really deserved. A vicious Mickey DT. We also had Jordan defeating Elias via disqualification.
Yeah, after he smashed him in the fucking shoulder with a guitar.
Well, hey Green Bay, maybe chant for the wrestlers as much as your silly Go Pack Go chant. That collarbone joke was fantastic, Elias. Jason Jordan pulled some ticks with Elias, so Elias hit him with a guitar. This feud seemed pretty great for a lower card event. Count me on team. Fuck you. It was just filler again. Stop giving us filler. What else happened, Dan?
Well, Fox defeated Bayley and Banks to become team captain of Raw's Women's Survivor Series match team. Well, this is great. Alicia's been more entertaining than both Sasha and Memory from my perspective. I wanted Alicia to win, and sure enough, she grabs the ring belt and rings it as if that would declare her the winner. She starts sealing moves like the Bayley to Bayley, and then she stole a victory. Thank you, Alicia. The zaniness will be awesome.
And then the Cruiserweights, Gulak did Enzo's shtick for him and was pretty funny, to be fair. Packers fan did their chants again, and then the baddie spelled out SAWFT like they were in the Spirit Squad, which is cool. But Cruiserweights for me at the moment, like I said, it's complete separation for the rest of the show. I'm not sure that benefits them. The match was fun for what it was. Kalisto got the pin on Enzo in the end, which made you happy, didn't it, Dan?
Yes, it did.
And then we move on to the SmackDown results, called SmackDown Your Show. Dan, just give a quick run through.
Shane McMahon came face to face with Sami Zayn for the first time since Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, and then said you can have a match with Randy Orton later. That was nice, wasn't it? You know.
Well, you know, if he wants to hurt someone, he puts him in with the Viper.
Yeah.
Benjamin and Gable defeated the New Day. Bit of a surprise for me.
It was, and a bit heelish by Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable makes you wonder. But they are the number one contenders for the WWE Tag Team titles. But of course, it's going to be the Usos versus Ambrose and Rollins at Survivor Series. It's a match they've announced. Of course, Alexa Bliss versus Natalya, the Women's Championship. And of course, we're going to have the big 5-on-5. Sin Cara defeated Baron Corbin via disqualification.
Yep.
They're just trying to build Sin Cara up as a threat. He's not.
Yeah. WWE Champion Jinder Mahal responded to Universal Champion Brock Lesnar.
Nothing to really talk about. We're talking
not
about this,
really, no. And after an amazing match at TLC against Finn Balor, and after an amazing 6-man tag match teaming with The Shield, who else could be left for AJ Styles to go against? Sunil Singh.
Yeah, and I tell you what, this was a difficult... No, it wasn't. He squashed him in seconds. He squashed him in seconds.
Becky Lynch defeated Carmella, Naomi, Tamina and Charlotte Flair to become captain of the SmackDown Women's Survivor Series team.
Yeah, so it's going to be Becky Lynch, SmackDown Women versus Alexa Bliss. No, not Alexa Bliss.
Alicia Fox.
Alicia Fox.
Alicia Fox.
The Raw's captain. And then in the main event, Dan...
Randy Orton defeated Sami Zayn to become the first member of the SmackDown Men's Survivor Series team, and rightly so.
Yeah, I mean, did it get you excited for Survivor Series, Dan?
It does, actually, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, you know, after the debacle that was TLC, things can only get better for WWE.
Before we go, I mean, name your... Right now, we're only 3 weeks away from Survivor Series, for fuck's sake. Name your SmackDown team.
My SmackDown team, let me just get up the text message that I sent to you. My SmackDown team would be Orton, Nakamura, Rude, Styles, and Mojo.
It fucking wouldn't.
No, Kevin Owens, but he was a heel, so he'd probably walk out. So if they went for a full face team, then it'd have to be Ty Dillinger.
I'm hoping we see Team Shane versus Team Owens. So like Owens and Zayn getting a couple other little heels on their team. I know it's SmackDown versus SmackDown, but still, I'm not that excited again. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm waiting for something else to happen, but I don't know. I don't know if I can get excited about Raw versus SmackDown. I know you love watching Randy Orton captain a team, so you'll be happy. But we'll see what happens.
Captain of my heart.
He's the captain of your heart. But that's it. Any final words on WWE TLC?
Never again.
Never again. No, never again. Oh, hang on. Oh, well, I'll tell you what, we've not finished the news yet because Sports Illustrated is reporting that the reason Nia Jax vanished from WWE television is because she did not like the idea of losing clean to Sasha Banks at TLC when the plan was revealed to her.
Her walkout was downplayed by WWE and one of her best friends, Alexa Bliss, who said that Jax needed a break from the rigorous WWE schedule. She would be back sooner rather than later.
Well, Sports Illustrated also has that before Jax actually decided not to show up for work, she called her cousin The Rock. And he advised her if she's unhappy, she should just walk away.
Her planned match against Sasha Banks was changed to Banks versus Alicia Fox in a match which Sasha won. The next night on Raw, Fox won a match that made her captain of Team Raw for Survivor Series.
Yeah.
So, would Nia Jax have potentially been captain of Team Raw for the Survivor Series?
That's what the plan looks like it was going to be. And other things, I mean, we're not watching 205 yet, but I did notice that Neville has been dropped from the 205 Live opening. You can see the changes between the version which played last week, October 17th, and this week, October 24th.
That's Mustafa Ali inverted 450 in place of the red arrow, Drew Gulak and a no chance sign instead of Neville's scowling visage, and Tony Nese's abs rather than, well, Neville's scowling visage.
Well, shortly after the former NXT and Cruiserweight Champions exit, there were reports of Enzo Amore cutting promos on the house show circuit, bragging about retiring Neville. Whether this was a way to keep his name out there for a return or just kind of trash talk about someone when the cameras aren't rolling, that's stopped too now.
With no news saying fences have been mended or even negotiations are ongoing between Neville and WWE, the fact that they haven't even bothered to explain his absence, and now this new 205 Live opening, it seems like the next time we'll see that man that Gravity forgot will be for a different promotion.
Yeah.
So I started the year off saying I wanted to see more Neville. We saw more Neville, and now no fucking Neville. Thank you very fucking much, Enzo fucking Amore.
Right, seeing as we come to an end of a long podcast. But anyway, that is it. Forget our Halloween episode is coming up in just a couple of days' time. We're on Twitter at WWE Network Review or
at Vince McDan, WWE.
I'm at J_Rollins. We've also got a friend on Twitter.
We have indeed, yes. It's Mini Chris Benoit, just trying to make the world a better place, and he is at Mini Chris Benoit.
Across all the Google platforms, don't forget the WWE Network Review on Google+. Send us an email at WNRpodcast@gmail.com. We're also on Facebook.
Facebook, yes, you can come and find our page and give us a like with the WWE Network Review podcast, or you can come and find me and add me as a friend. I am Vince McDan.
You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, the WWE Network Review podcast. Clips go up there. The podcasts go up at the same time they do other places like SoundCloud.
On your phone.
We're also on Spreaker Radio. We've got our live shows, NXT TakeOver, War Games, and Survivor Series, Raw versus SmackDown, November 18th, November 19th. And iTunes, where you can download, subscribe, rate and review there. But that is it. What a fucking long show it is. Last words, Dan, go.
It was absolutely shit.
I have been James Rollins, and as always joined by
Dan White.
Thanks for listening, everybody, and bye.
Bye.